was just like, thankful that I lived to see the day. I was able to help back and give back and all of those stuff. But then,
Someone is asking, how long did he stay at that car wash for?
yeah, for hours, because when he left,
The
right,
car was
it was
dirty.
somewhat about after 10. Yes, it was somewhat about after 10 thereabouts. And then when he got back, it was like minutes to 5. So I was like, okay. So when he got back, he came back with something that looks like a shoebox. Yeah. So the shoebox,
Oh,
of course, he
birthday
took it
gift?
out.
What?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hold on. So for the shoebox, he took it out of whatever, package, like a bag. And obviously it was wrapped. It's just that the shape of it looks like a shoebox, yeah? But it was wrapped in like pink business and whatever, and a little rose on the top. So I open it, and my sister, that is, she's in the US, she was on the line. So I was acting all, excited and stuff like that. Help me open it, let me see what's going on, yada yada yada. When I open it, two bottle of cheap $10 wine with a Canada in a LCBO and one street vibes rum. Mark you, the day before, or a couple hours before, I spent almost $200,000 in price mark getting how much Imperial Quartz, Malibu, Baileys, you name it. I say, look here. If Lady Lily like laugh one more time, I'm up. two bottles, two bottles of wine. Remember, I'm not sure where you are located, but in Canada we got LCBO, I'll $10 for the wine there, like literally. So I was like, my friend was on the phone, on video call. So I played it off like, oh my God, and the whole female stuff and stuff like that. So then him said to me, say, I forget, get ready, we're going for dinner. So I said, okay. I got dressed looking all pretty, literally pretty. And like,
Guys, let's get to 30K likes. Keep topping this.
yeah, on my way now to this wherever the dinner is, because I live on the hill, right? So when we reach like at the foot of the hill there about, he was like, I said, where are we going? He asked me where I want to go. After me, well, get dolled up thinking we have some reservation or something. The man asked me where I want to go. So I said, okay, all right, now like this makes sense. So again, I play it off. Remember, it's my vehicle. So we went to the AC hotel. I genuinely did not know where to go because on a normal day, I would stop by those places just to have a drink. Whether it's Terra Nova,
Yeah.
these are not places I go to when I'm going out. These are regular places for me. So
Cheap,
I was like,
cheap
all right then.
stuff. Like not special outing.
Yes, exactly. So when I got to the AC hotel and stuff, we parked and whatever, and we get inside. And him never dress up or nothing. I wouldn't care from Canada for him have on. Right? Yeah.
No
Like I brought
Gucci, no Desert Clarks,
no
no.
no no but look in the Clarks. But I mean
Oh,
carry cream like for type of ways. Like there was no dressing up nothing like you have an occasion. It's the kind of movement like if we ever check your mother round there so or
gotcha,
so
gotcha.
type of ways. Mm-hmm.
So
So
there
I
pretty
was
much
like,
there were
okay.
no effort into his presentation
Literally no
to go
effort
up.
at all.
Okay.
So we reach and I mean, I know that I am the stronger one. So just being a considerate wifey type, but still I try to go easy. Pan in pocket, it should be the first time you're gonna spend on me. So I'm trying to be all, considerate in terms of I'm not gonna go, because normally when me bring him out, he want top shelf like a mackerel situation, right? He want ribs, lobster, salmon, those type of stuff. Right, and even him not used to it because if he's gonna order something and I'm giving him my suggestion because these are stuff that I would have on a normal day, he would insist on getting some stuff that you can't call the name, and then the money like he waste because he don't like it, like a kid, a fat kid type of name. So, anyways, we reach at the hotel and I order pasta. The cheapest thing for the menu, I order pasta. Me not watch no face. When me there, I eat the pasta, eat the pasta, eat the pasta. The man said to me, say, if me need like, when I got dessert. So I said, no, I'm watching my weight, whatever. You know, then I take no alcohol, him take sorrel beer or whatever. When the bill come now, the guy gave me the bill because the guy familiar with me. Remember me telling me normally would have go there just on a normal day just to eat. So the bartenders, they're familiar with me. So he gave me the bill. And, you know, when I was there and the guy, I was like, all right, what you really have for dessert around here? And it seemed like I was gonna order dessert. No, the guy, when me supposed to do it, I would tell me he don't have enough money there on the card. So I say, what you mean you don't have enough money there on the card? Anyways, I said to the guy, it's okay, go ahead, just cash it out. The card start decline. 2, 3 times the card decline. So I say, no man, the car decline. What happened? The car there only 12,000 are there on the car there. So I say, I don't understand. I never get up this morning until I say, oh, if you get to today my birthday, you been know my birthday how much months ago. So how is it that like on my birthday today, you're gonna tell me say you have 12,000 on card. So what if I did have a lobster or something like that? What if I was the typical, you know, girls like when I really used to nothing, I feel like I'm a birthday, I want this, I want that, and whatever. Because I literally not buying no liquor, so I still have liquor leave over from the night before, the whole party thing and so on. And as well, I say, I know say I'm the stronger one financially, 100%. So I try to go easy on in pocket. But that particular day, they would have been the first day really I would do something for me. I expect you to go all out or something like that.
Definitely.
Backside. Let me tell the man, say, everything like just that, but don't deal. Because when I ask him to take a picture, he come like him my girlfriend. He want me to take a picture with him. And then now, when me ask him to take with me, a frozen situation. So me get up and go ask one white man to take the picture for me. And then me just like swing out of the place, typical.
Lovely. We understand, but like, they, some people don't. So just.
It's your birthday, come on, something needs to be. I decided to leave because that never makes sense to me and things. So after that, everything really go downhill with me. I said to him, I went home and I said, no sex. Because I mean, I'm feelings, me never take the picture with him. I remember my birthday now. So I said, all right then, this now make no sense at all. So I tell
He
him
said
to
no.
leave my place.
He's the one who refused.
He never said no, but at that moment they reach home as a female, right? You have your woman, you must know. So you reach home as a female, you still have your sexy, you have on your makeup, your face still beat, and you know you look short or you look drawers, and you just feel, you know, you feel yourself. What's your birthday? And him just going out there and turning back. On my birthday night. So I was like, okay. And that was the day I decided to turn Shrek. As in the next day, I tell him, say, look, it's not gonna work. You know, like, yeah, like these men, they really wants to be kept. And I tell him, say, look, you're with me for benefits. It's nothing else but benefits. Like, just me get the benefit, me get the whole picture after that. Me care what the mouth I tell you, the actions speaks a whole lot more. Even if somebody can tell you, yes, him sick, you know, him meeting an accident, you know, some of the police them down there to ride bike. Some yellow looking bike or something like that. And some shooting one and him in a hospital. I may jump up and reach a hospital in 5 minutes. And I remember I have my vehicle. So I call one, stop me down near him on time, reach a hospital. I deal with this man like him, I'm a baby, you know, man. Him sick, get up, come, drink this, open your mouth. You know, somebody there never see him, look at Melissa moment and feel sick. And face swell up, my teeth swell up. And I said to him, because I'm there, and you need to take me, I want to go to water commission. We want to ask a commission go do. So I said, go look at work because me no live at Jamaica. So where me go water commission go do? No must pay something or whatever. Alright, so go on then now, so you know go on. So I said, then me sick. I wake up and I look at breakfast for you. And for go pay the bills them where you are used, because me no live here. You ever tell me so me no go on?
What?
Let me tell you.
So he's okay, so he's supposed to. Wow, he's literally, all you ask of him to do is take you to the place to pay the bill that he's
He's
the one
using.
using, and
Yes.
he refused.
What did I say? Am I stupid? Obviously not. Sometimes you just watch people see how far they're going. You know, you're not even sit down and wait and change because it's not your responsibility to try and change no grown adult. Sometimes you just sit down and just watch to see how far a person, you know, think they can go with you. Because I am a person, when I'm done, I'm done. Like you could be my knight and shining armor today. And if you give me a reason for eating tomorrow, it's like I've never met you a day in my life.
Wow.
And somebody of that nature, you don't want to lose them. Because most of the time, people are selfish and they're all for themselves. Because people on a whole just feel like them can carry the whole of earth or heaven. And it's absolutely not. You know what I mean? So I strongly believe if you find yourself in a position where you're able to help somebody else, it doesn't have to be a partner. It can be a complete stranger, a friend, a family, sometimes a partner. They are the ones who make you look like you're stupid because you're there with them and there are certain expectations that are expected of them. You understand? So when you lose somebody, no, he must stress out, he must crash out because I tell him to leave my yard. I'm gonna sell the dog because he said he wanted a Rottweiler and I got it. I said, leave my yard. I'm gonna sell my vehicle. I have two brothers. I let them drive it or I sell it. But you need to go. You're making absolutely no sense. And I can't talk to you. We cannot have a conversation. You cannot mentally stimulate me. I mean, don't want nobody coming at the comment come ask. So if you never know that from first, no, 3/4 of the time we don't know nothing from first. Because people put on show, they act very well, they pretend long enough until the mask fall off. And when a man can't talk English, when he might look woman, he might try because he might try to impress her. You get what I'm saying? So that's the long term thing now go work for me. Like me feel like man for just come and say, boy, I like you, me can't afford you, but mother love if me have some sex. Them know say them will get rejected. That's why them now go come with that approach there. But might as well them come and say that. If you get where me I come from. Because them no make like a lot of them, obviously not everybody, them no make no sense. No, it kind of somewhat I get the picture in terms of just leave my place. Is it that you want me to call long judgment on you? You want me to call the police station and make your same colleagues them know everything what I want because you putting on a show like you find foreign woman or you find rich woman or whatever and you just you know cut no dash, you know make sense. That is what he's trying to run from the whole picture that is painted to the public. Where him live, you know, him live in woman yard uptown and I drive a vehicle and da. So all of that taken away from him. You know, a man and them ego in not stay to time mouth, but I definitely know.
Wow. Well, in those situations, you just gotta be careful, right? Because it's like that person identity is probably built around all of those luxury that you placed, and so taking those away, it's almost like you're taking away his life. So
you're completely right, and
so
that
you
is why
just
I
gotta be
choose
strategic.
to make the adjustment while I was back in Jamaica because while I was back in Canada because I know situations like those can push people over the edge.
Yeah,
Men, they
mentally.
can't take pressure. You know what I mean? So things like those you don't address them face to face because
be
you will
strategic.
get hurt. Right. Yeah, well, lady say, oh, me can't invest in a low life policeman. But me let him go. Me just tell him, I say, me tell him to go on. He's still at my house. I asked him directly if I am sending mixed signal because I don't understand. Is it because I am kind and I still have you there without creating and the whole excitement on social media, things that is expected in nowadays kind of situations? Is it because I'm not doing that you think I am not serious or something? Because he's still living at my place, like I said, I know he's using my dog as a part, like as a tool, because I love the dog. I spend a lot of money on my dog. right? If my dog's sick in the hospital, she's well taken care of. Every time I would say leave, he would ask who's gonna take care of the dog.
Family members.
Like these men, they're distasteful. I'm telling you. And then when a good girl get out and get bitter and bad, you have men out there who don't understand like where they are coming from. Because for you to be working, you had a paycheck from me, where can't help me. I live off of my money and my resources and everything. Can't talk to you. The least I could think I get upset. Like what sense you make? Even if I am trying, I actually take blow for him. Because while I was here, you know how I know he crashed my vehicle? My vehicle is insured to general accident. It's an email I received. I received an email telling me that I have X and Y time to bring in whatever. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I called him immediately. I said, why am I getting an email from the insurance company? He couldn't tell me. And then I called the insurance company because I have a legitimate person inside. And that's when they told me I had to call him back and he's a police officer and let him know that he have literally 1 day to go and submit to make the report or else it can't be done after 30 days. He didn't know that. He literally didn't know that. And then we're coming from Ochi like a month later when I went to Jamaica. We're coming from Ochi areas. He was driving, and I was just trying to be
Top
all lovey
guys,
dovey.
top
You know
guys.
what I mean? I was just trying to be all lovey dovey. So
Mm.
he's driving because I want him to feel like the man. A lot of the times people don't know that the things that women do to not take away men masculinity from them. So I allow him to drive even though he's not a top driver or anything like that. Trying to hold on to his hand, like the middle compartment right there. He got upset that I distract him. When you look
What?
about 10 minutes later, he was on the phone making love to his mom. Boom, up in our man car back in a then sat down. Then he sat down in the car get out because most of them in Jamaica, what you don't understand, they use the uniform as a way out. So he sat there thinking that because he's a police, him looking at the people in the vehicle a while ago and not even have the audacity to come out and address the situation. I had to go outside and talk to the guy diligently. It's just a case where it was an old car with have 1 million scratch on it. So even if my car had just put a scratch on it, it was very hard for him to identify. So I have to say to him, blow off. What if it was a man brand new or Chris BMW or something? Where if I fly pitch on it, it would be visible. Like it's just so much to back. And then that was the second time I hit the car. The third time, I'm trying to go on a place named Max Metals to get some stuff for my property. And right on Maxfield Avenue, right there, turning, bloop, in a my section, right off the car. When I say right off the car, and like I had to take the blow. I wasn't the one driving. The person from like them to realize it's a left-hand vehicle. I came out and presented all my documents as if I was the one who did the damage. Like that's so much I have I was shielding this person as if, you know,
Mm.
I'm a son or something. So I say, no man, this not make no sense at all. This not work out. The bare minimum you not do. For my birthday, you're supposed to go all out because that woman here, she feed me, she clothes me, she this. Boy, I get big and fat because him just a name down the place. Look here, man. As I say, no woman, including myself, is not idiot or stupid. Because you find out that females out there, them not go through stuff like this for a couple months, a year or two. If you check the levels and the ratio, you find out say you have people who married for 20 years and still get a divorce. When them tell you them story, they have been going through stuff from day one and them sit down and wait and change or them stay in a situation because of children, you know, stuff like that. There is nothing else.
Wow.
Equipping, you can't say that. Me a Scorpio. And if you come across one genuine Scorpio, you know how genuine they are and kind-hearted they are. Like, I'm gonna be really, really strong on that because like I said, whenever I am done with anybody, not just with a man, it's like you're dead to me. You never exist.
When
I
you say
am not that
Scorpio,
person.
what does that like? What does that mean? Like
My sign, my
what
astrology sign,
month?
like I,
Oh,
yeah, like I shall, yeah, the man name down the place. I swear, like every morning when I go to work, I would go to Price Mart and spend hundreds of thousands on the whole grocery thing, trying to cook so that he's able to save money at work in terms of not having to buy lunch all the time. So he have breakfast and some might would have serve for lunch. He would have come home and tell me, say, this a police woman eat out the food, that they want eat out the food because he might try to put on an image, as you say, when they build them identity on a certain thing. So he build him identity on this whole, like say, him well set in a life, him find rich woman and this, da. So I would buy like my fridge always stock a whole heap of stuff, whole heap of supplement, whole heap of insurance, stuff like that. Every morning when I go to work, it's like I'm a son and I have to prepare him for PE because I'm not taking snacks to work and him not replace nothing.
lovely. That's why you gave yourself that name.
No, that is it. Like that is it. Like the sarcasm though. But yeah, like it just get to a point as I said, I remember yes when I go to Jamaica, not Jamaica, anybody at all in any relationship, it's very hard to get to know the real person in 2 weeks time. So let's say you go on a vacation and you have to spend 1 week or 2 weeks. You can't really get to know nobody so much in that moment, you know. Because them are going to still pretend out because them so you know you're soon gone, you know. I went to stay 2 weeks and end up staying almost 4 months. So within that 4 months, I really wanted to see what was really happening, what the person really liked. Because when I started dating this person, after 2 months of them not living at my property, I went away. As in, like, I had to leave again. So most of the conversations and stuff like that were always on the phone, if you get what I'm saying. So, and then he would give the impression as if because I am not there and he not really know if we deal with long distance and yada yada yada. It's hard for you to find somebody, you have to know somebody in a 2 weeks, 1 week, or even 3 weeks. So remember all these stuff like I'm talking about is over the couple of months, being around the person and having the person in my space. I see
Someone
how
is
they
asking
operate.
why don't you find someone in Canada?
It's not about
Lady,
finding somebody in Canada, you know, because if somebody like I'm afraid of the internet stuff, you see, if I'm not really meeting you in person, it's hard. I'm not that person. Follow because people fake as much as the one they must stop in front they are fake just the same. I like to do it real time. Lily wanna know if the man's something big. Jesus. Jesus, if you don't busy coming. But yeah, if you ask me again, 3/4 of these men, you would think they would try to be appreciative because when you're at a certain stage, you find yourself at yourself, say, you don't want a man to control you. And most of the time, men will like oftentimes try to
Black
control a female.
BLK Rain. You in the chat, Rain? One Rain, are you in the chat?
BLK Rain.
Yeah. If you're here, say here. Maybe he's not. Wow.
Mm-hmm. It was rough, like it not have nothing to do with no with him. Like not one thing. Like them most of these men, like the culture obviously plays some level of minute part to it. But I think it's just the changes of time. They don't want to work for anything anymore. They don't
Huh.
want to put in the work.
1 sec. 4444 Diamond. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello. How are you?
I am doing good. You heard her story.
Yeah, this is my first time up on your panel, by the way. I was just scrolling through the FYP page.
No worries. Welcome to the hottest live stream.
Thank you.
You have
But
questions for her?
yeah, I heard her story along with other stories as well up on the panel. And it's unfortunate because I've been in the same situation. Sorry, I've been in the same situation myself. I got used by a Togolese guy. Now, I'm very familiar with the culture, with African culture. And one thing I don't hear these women doing is taking accountability. The one before that, and I'm not trying to shame anybody whatsoever, but I feel like women lack accountability these days because Lovely, I think if I'm wrong, Lovely, please, correct me. But I think I heard you say the guy crashed your car 4 times. So my question would be, why didn't you stop that or nip that in the bud after the first time? It seems like once the red flags are presented, we seem to ignore them. And then once we continue with the relationship, and we regurgitate our stories out there, we're not saying how we were accountable or taking accountability for what part we played in that. So I don't know. Did you say that the guy crashed your car 4 times?
Oh, great. Yes. So it was actually 3 times. However, I did took some level of accountability because I went ahead to say, hi, I'm the one who actually spoiled this person. I'm the one, I saw the red flags. I wasn't ignoring the red flags. They were there. However, the fact that this would be my most extended period around the person, I wanted to see how best they would have transitioned in terms of we're in each other's space. And it wasn't a 1 or 2 week moment. This was a couple months to see how best they could conform to my environment and into my personal space and how they should treat this person. So I was actually trying to, to implement certain things in terms of showing him by treating him a certain way. I was indirectly trying to show him how I am expected to be treated. So after a while, not seeing that being fulfilled or anything, that's when I start drawing the line like, okay, this is not making any sense. And I cut it off. Remember, at the end of the day, this is not a situation that I am telling you about that I sat down, in for 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. This is a couple months situation. And out of the couple months of situation, I literally spent 3.5 months around the person. And that was enough for me. Yeah. So I took accountability by saying I spoiled the person, but I wouldn't consider it to be spoiled because a good man would have appreciated all that I did. I just treat the person.
So how long were you and the guy how long were you guys together for, if you don't mind me asking?
All right. So next month would be 1 year if I had continued. So I told you I cut everything off. The person is still at my property, but that is only because I'm a good person. Because I could have escalated the situation, get police to take him out, stuff like that. But I'm just not that person. So it's not a longevity type of thing, like you don't know your word or you're stupid or whatever. You sit down in this for 10 years or 5 years. No. I am smart enough to pick up on all the clues and stuff like that and realize this is not what I want. This is not me.
Oh, so the only problem right now, I mean, besides all the stuff that he did, the only problem now is that you decided that this isn't going to work for you, but he's still in your place.
Yes.
So that's the only thing.
Okay, because I feel like when we tell these stories, like I said, I'm glad you took accountability as well. Even if it's 1 year, even if it's 2 months, we need to also start telling our part as well. Because I deal with these stories too on my platform. I deal with a lot of like long distance relationships, online dating and stuff like that. And I always hear women tell their stories, but they don't tell like what part they played in it or like the fact that they ignored the red flags. So that's why I was asking you, because I've been in a situation myself too. I've been played by an African man and he used and abused me. Like my story is so like you guys would like your heads would spin if I told you my story. But I always want women to take accountability also before they start regurgitating these stories out there. And I always tell women too, like to steer clear of African men if you have good hearts. If you have good hearts, you should avoid dating African men.
Why?
Period. Especially when they're not in the USA.
Why?
You should avoid them at all costs because American women, I'm going to speak for American women because I am an American woman. American women have quote unquote good hearts, okay? They don't know the difference between assisting a man and providing for a man. Okay, so my thing is when you get these women that entertain these long distance relationships or entertain these relationships with African men, that being online, I'm not talking about the ones that's already in the States, I'm talking about the ones that are online. They tend to be overly too giving And African men, I feel like they take advantage of that when it comes to American women. I'm going to speak for the African women that I know. They don't date broke men. They will not entertain a broke man whatsoever. Once they feel like you're trying to use them, even in the slightest way, they exit the stage left. And I feel like American women, they don't do that. They just like give to kind of like prove their love. I don't know.
I see. Guys, while we're at it, please let's get to 40K likes. Keep talking. I appreciate that. 44 Diamond. I see someone in the chat there begging for your story.
Oh, my story. Oh, Lord Jesus.
You got
I
time.
can tell
You
you.
have time.
And I'm sorry about the loudness, you guys. I'm in Nigeria right now. My relatives are discussing something. You know, Nigerians, they talk very, very, very loud. So please ignore the background noise. Anyhow, I was with I didn't get used or anything by an American man. Awkwardly enough, a lot of women speak down on American men, but my worst experience was from a Togolese guy. And I'm just gonna give you guys a long end of the story. We're together for 2 years. We have 2 children together, ages 5 and 4. When I met him, was a very nice guy. He was very charming. You know, he was buying me things. Like everything was just like it was great. Like I thought he was like Prince Charming. A couple years went by. He would have like this woman that would call his phone and say that she was the cousin. Well, come to find out, it wasn't the cousin. It was really one of the wives back in Africa that he was planning on marrying. And he told me, quote unquote, that I should be happy that she lied to me for 2 years because she was saving our marriage, our relationship. We weren't married, sorry. Saving our relationship. And his mother was like very heavily involved in his life, like some African men's parents are. She brought this other lady over to his house and said that she was like the cleaner, the lady that was coming to clean. Come to find out, they were arranging a marriage behind my back. I'm just giving you guys like the wits ends of the story. So come to find out, they were arranging a whole entire marriage behind my back without me even knowing. And I found out about it like a week later, after the fact, like after the woman was coming over, doing all the cooking, all the cleaning, you know, holding my child and stuff. That's when I came to him and I said, hey, something doesn't seem right with this. And he said, what? And I'm like, this lady in your house, like, who is she? Oh, you know, you're always tripping all the time. That's nobody. She's a house help. She's a house help. And then he confessed and he said, well, she's not just a house help. She is somebody that my mom wants me to marry, and I'm going to marry her. And when I tell you, I was like in tears. It crushed me, like you know, like no other. So that was just like the long, yeah, that's just like the long end of it. And this went on for like 7. Well, it was 7 years total, but you know, it's a lot. He's also got, yeah. No, I wasn't married to him though. We weren't married. But like I said, we do have 2 children together, but we were not married. Thank God I didn't marry him. So, you know, he got charged too for abusing our then 1.5-year-old. So they charged him in the court for abusing our child. He was very narcissistic. One day he told me to come pick up the baby because she fell during a birthday party. So I went over there and I'm like, okay, I'm expecting to see like a little small knot on our daughter's forehead. But when I went to go pick her up and I took her back home, she had this big bruise across her face. And something told me to take her to the hospital, so I did. And the doctors, you know, examined her and everything, and they're like, okay, we'll be right back. Well, they came back with 2 other doctors and the police. And I'm like, the police? And they're like, yeah, we have to file a report. You know, we're suspecting abuse. They were like interrogating me, asking me what happened. You know, I was like, well, her dad just told me to come pick her up from his house. Like, she fell on a toy. And the doctor was like, no, this is not from a toy. You can visibly see like a hand mark across her face. Her face is black and blue. She has a ruptured blood vessel in her eye. So he got charged with that. He didn't want to take it to trial. So mind you, this is an African man. This is an African Togolese man, and he didn't want to take it to trial, so he pled guilty to like a lower charge, which was like, I think it was like child endangerment and assault on a child. So they gave him 2 years probation. They gave him parenting classes, and then he couldn't be around our daughter unsupervised until she was able to talk. Well, she's 4 years old now, so obviously she can talk and everything. He then got charged again about 5 or 6 months later for strangulation on me, and he blackened my eye. So the guy was just like, when I tell you I escaped, I'm in Africa right now. I moved to Africa. I live in Kenya, but I'm visiting Nigeria right now. When I tell you I escaped my death because this guy, he also went out and bought a 45 and told me that he was going to unalive me. And he was telling me, I'm a truck driver. I can hide your body anywhere. It's just like, I don't know what transpired or what happened, because it's like, he was so nice. And I was, I love African men. I love the culture of African men. But, a lot of women are hearing that African men are protectors and providers, and that is far from the truth. That is really far from the truth. When you got a good one, you have a good one. But when you have a bad one, you have a really, really, really bad one. And I always tell women, because like I said, I and how I dodged a bullet, how I got away is because he went and bought a house. He bought a house, a 5-bedroom house, very beautiful house, mind you. And he said, "Are you going to move in here with me?" So I kind of had to like play his game. I had to like play into his game, because if he found out that I was leaving, my life was at risk. You understand? So I just kind of like played his game, and he bought the house. I told him to buy the house. Yes, I did. I admit. I told him to buy the house. I told him that I was going to move into the house with him. I did. I played along with it. I canceled my lease. And about 3 days before I was due to move in with him, I left. I put all my stuff in storage. And when I tell you, I got the hell out of town. Like, I went and stayed in the Airbnb. My kids were so confused. They're like, "What's going on? I thought we were moving in the house with him." And I'm like, "Yeah, some things came up." I cut the location off my daughter's phone because he had a location on my now 17-year-old daughter's phone. So I cut her location off, and I was just like, I told her eventually, but she didn't know before. But he was so mad, so angry. He was like, "You stupid bee, you made me get this 5-bedroom house. What am I going to do with this house, with this big house by myself?" To date, he's in the house by himself, as far as I know. But the courts finally gave me a protection order. So now I have a 2-year protection order against him. That was put in place last year because he was threatened to unalive me. He even got women on TikTok to... He passed around my nude videos and everything on TikTok to women, telling them to blast me on TikTok. He was paying them. So I took all that to court, and they gave me a 2-year protection order against him. So we have the 2-year and protection order against each other right now. But so when I speak about African men, I always tell women, there's a lot of African men also that are abusing their wives, but these women don't tell. See, African women's culture is set up different than Americans' culture. We are more like vocal. We speak out, when a man is doing something bad to us, we speak out about it. African women are more like reserved in culture. So like if their man is abusing them, you'll never know. You understand? You'll never know about it because they don't tell, but we do. So that's why a lot of African men are looked at as gods in the eyes of a lot of women, because women are not telling that African men are really abusers. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. I always say a lot of them are modern day slave masters. They're like the new slave masters when it comes to that. So. Wow. So I speak about this. I deal with a lot of women that are coming to Africa dating men and doing online dating. And I even had to start telling women, stay away from African men, because American women have good hearts. I'm only speaking about American women because I am American. So I can't speak about any other nationality. But I always tell them, Stay away from African men because because of the good heart that we have, we're always going to put ourselves in a position to be used. We're always going to put ourselves in a position to be used. Right now, yes, I am with an African man right now. He's a Nigerian guy. However, I have learned a lot. And when I tell you that the minute if he even raises his voice, or I think that he's raised his voice at me, which he doesn't, but I will nip that in the bud very quickly, very expeditiously. But this journey that I'm on in Africa is about me and is about my children. I no longer put a man first. I do not put a man first at all. And I know a lot of people are laughing and googly eyed in the comment when I said with another, because here's the thing, I don't label, even though a Togolese man did me wrong, I'm not going to
I'm
label
sorry though.
all
It's
African
interesting.
men.
It is interesting that you. It's just ironic how you say, "Oh, stay away from Africans." Hey, never. And then you say he's
Because
African.
this is why I had to say that. I understand what you're saying. This is why I had to say that. Because majority of women that are coming, I don't know what you speak on your platform.
Thank you for the
But
heart.
majority of women that are coming over to Africa and that are doing online dating are being used.
Wow.
That's the reason why I had to. My situation, I'm not putting myself in a position to be used. Period. This journey that I'm on is for me. I don't put a man first anymore. My husband is not my life. He's an addition to my life, but he's not my life. I don't love him more than I love myself. I love myself first, and I love my children next. You understand? So the reason why I had to tell women to stop, because you'll hear one story where everything is going good, they're married, the guy's in the USA, they're doing well, and then you'll hear 5,000 other stories of women getting used. And then you'll hear one more story of,
Keep talking, I'll be back.
the woman is, okay, then you'll hear one more story of, African men are good. I'm with my African man. I've been with him for 10 years. And then you're hearing 9,000 other stories of women being used. So there's more women being used by African men, it looks like, than women that are not. So that's why, since majority is being used, I tell them to stay the hell away. If you have a good heart, stay away. If you are a giver, stay away. If you are one of those ones that easily forgive men and you're just like a doormat, stay away, because they are going to get over on you no matter what. So I'm not trying to say don't be with an African man. That's not the narrative that I'm trying to say. But too many women are being used. So I can't speak to a small group. You understand? Because if I speak to that small group, the larger group is going to think I'm talking about them too, and they're going to think they have Prince Charming also. So, that's why, and a lot of African men do use American women. So you just gotta be very careful. When I always tell women, if an African man asks you for money, he don't love you, he hates you. If he's not spending money on you, he doesn't love you, he hates you.
Because in general, if you ask me, if a man is not investing, and that is what I was trying to let you guys know earlier. You made a valid point earlier by saying that you had to be strategic in making your exit. For me, it was like literally the same thing, because let's say in Jamaica you're dating a police officer. Even though you're telling this person day after day that you're done, you do not want to continue, they are constantly just going about their day like it's business as usual, coming home, like you are afraid to really escalate situation because you don't know what the end result is going to be like. So for me, my exit was to return to Canada, and then I addressed the situation, or I really wanted to, which I am currently doing now. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't a situation that I was in like for years or for a long time. It's just that the period of time that I spent down there, getting to know this person more, like I said, during my presence, I'm in their presence, I realized that wasn't me, or what I want to stand for, like moving forward, That was it. So we have to be strategic in terms of leaving. We can't be impulsive and just get up and say, look, all right, this is not working. Look, because when you're dating a certain type of guy, you don't know what to expect from them.
Yes.
They're unpredictable. So I never, as much as it's my place and he's in my space, his job alone, it's very telling. So I did not want to put myself in a position where I was vulnerable while I'm there. So I said, whenever I get on that plane, that is it.
And I always tell women, and this is a saying too, I'm sure you guys heard it. They say a man that doesn't have money will steal yours. When he doesn't have joy, he'll steal yours. You know, you have to just, if you ever scroll on TikTok long enough, you'll see a lot of Nigerian men going to date older YT women and older than my grandmother. Like, these women are almost deceased age. You understand? And these women are thinking in their head it's real love. They're thinking that they found real love. So can you imagine if a man could put himself in a position to be seen with a woman that is 4 times his age? Do you think he cares about using you?
And I completely believe you.
When these men are in survival mode, when they're in poverty, I always tell women, even when I'm doing my lives, I said it's hard when a man is in poverty, when he's facing his own battles and he's facing his own troubles, when he's in poverty and survival mode, it's hard to determine if he loves you for you or if he loves you for your money. So, I mean, that's just it. So, I used to weed him out. He said, okay, well, just be careful, you guys. I used to say all the time, just be careful who you date. Now I just tell American women, stay the fuck away from Nigerian men, African men. Stay away. If you have a kind heart, stay away. If you are easily to open up your wallet, stay away. If you believe in that 50-50, stay away. Like, it's not going to work. Because once they know that you are a giver, like, the kind of things they're going to say to you, you're going to think that this is the man that you would think that God sent this man. Seriously, the kind of things they say to you, they're going to say, oh my God, lovely. God, I just had a dream about you. Your roses are red, violets are blue. My day cannot go on without you. They're going to call you every day. These men are getting unique with things too. ChatGPT. Exactly. ChatGPT has opened up a whole new world of words. These men are getting very strategic with their words and everything. So, and these women have been hurt like me. I was in a bad relationship. So imagine if a man was to come to me and say that. He would probably win me over overnight. So, and yeah, they do fall for it. They will fall for it. They'll say, oh, God. And then they'll even intervene and bring the Lord into it. Like, oh, I went to see my pastor today. He told me that he interpreted a dream for me, that he had a dream that I was with one woman. I told them it was you. Oh, honey, I've seen it all and I've heard it all. When I tell you that my ex was the eye-opener for me, I don't take bullshit from men no more. I'm okay being by myself. I'm okay eating at my own table. I never put a man first anymore. And no, I'm not bitter. I don't want to sound like, like I'm not loving enough for my man now, but I don't put men over my own love that I have for myself. Once I feel like you're asking me for money, you're trying to use me, that's it. Like, it won't even get to a second time. I'll be out the first time.
Well, that makes sense. Based on your experience.
So yeah, like we would literally have to have like a whole just 1 day episode for me to tell you guys my whole story. Like, your jaw will drop. Like,
I believe you.
And I even seen voodoo in this man's phone. He took his boss to voodoo.
What the hell?
First time I ever seen voodoo in my life. I've never seen voodoo before, like up close like this. And one day he was sleeping and he had his phone on his chest and something told me, just go to the phone. You know how women are. Just open the phone. And I'm like, he was watching YouTube and the video was still playing as he was sleeping. I said, forget it. I just grabbed the phone. I went straight to WhatsApp. Bam. That was the only chance that I got because I'm like, he's going to wake up soon. So I went straight to WhatsApp. And I seen some girls that he was chatting with. And I seen, that's how I found out about the cousin that was really the wife. And then I seen a receipt that he sent from Rhea money transfer. And then I scrolled down a little bit further and I seen his boss's picture. I remember his boss because I used to always go to his work and bring him lunch and stuff. I remember seeing his boss picture in this shrine of like skeleton heads and feathers and like beads and all this stuff. And then like they cut a goat's neck and the goat was bleeding on this charade of work that was on the ground. It was so crazy. Like when I tell you I was like, oh my. So then I couldn't hold it in anymore. So I waited like 4 or 5 days and I asked him, I said, hey, I went into your phone and this is what I saw. And he got so mad. Why the fuck you go through my phone for? That's so disrespectful. You don't go through African men's phone. What the fuck is wrong with you American women? And he just went off. And he said, I'm just doing this to protect myself. It's a protection ritual. Because my boss is after me. He wants to get me fired. He wants to get me fired from my job. He wants to fire me. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah.
That's really
Yep. He's from Togo though, so that it made a lot of sense afterwards because when I was start mingling with other people from Togo, they're like, Togo is the capital of voodoo. Yeah.
These men, you're disappointing if you ask me.
It was crazy, you guys. Like,
They're all the same.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he said it was a protection, and his brother would have this carry around this doll. I didn't even know what this doll was. Now, mind you, I'm American. Well, we don't do this shit in America, you know. And his brother was carrying around this doll, and I'm like, why the hell he has this fucking doll for? And he would put the doll. We would sit down. And he would be putting the doll like on a couch and sitting the doll there. Well, come to find out, the doll was really a spirit, you know. And I'm like, mind you, I'm new to all this. Like, I don't even know. So. You guys, it's crazy story.
It is.
It's a
indeed.
crazy
I
story.
agree. Wow.
Yeah. But I was telling pieces, and I was telling pieces of it on my page. It's there of how I got scammed. If you click the tab, how I got scammed, but I had to stop. There's a certain point I had to stop in my story because it was triggering me. You know, I couldn't even do like the videos without crying. It was bringing back a lot of bad memories. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just let go and, you know, turn my cheek and just cut that L and take my L in silence. So yeah, I escaped my death. Yeah, it is their culture, but you know, come to find out, it's their culture. So, you know, but the doll had a spirit in it, and
let's just talk about that now.
yeah. And I didn't know until later. So, but yeah, that's why I tell women, like, you know, when you have a good African man, you have a really good one. And when you have a bad and when you have a really bad one. A lot of these African women, what I know about them, they don't date broke men. They don't date broke African men. They always say, like, no money, no honey.
Wow.
Yeah, they say express your love for me through money. Like, if you don't have the money, then why are you even thinking about dating for? If you're a broke man, why do you think about dating? That's why they go to outside women, American women and Canadian women and other women of other nationalities, because their women hold them accountable. They're not going to be taking care of a broke man. So.
Thank you so much for joining me.
But thank you so much for letting me up. I'll follow you. Let me follow you now before I forget. I don't follow many people, but I just followed you. Whenever you have live, I'll try to tune in whenever I can.
Appreciate it.
And lovely, we're not ignoring red flags. I'm so glad you made it out of that. You're very strong. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy sometimes. Sometimes people will look at you and say, you know, but I just want women just to start being accountable too, including myself. You know, I stayed too long too, and I allowed him to continue to do more and more and more and more because I stayed after the red flag. So,
You live and you learn.
alrighty,
Thank you.
yeah, Definitely learn. Thank you. Bye
Okay.
bye. Have a
Okay.
blessed day, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. Lovely.
Mhm.
You heard that.
Yeah.
What's your final thoughts before you go?
And look, it's not just us. A lot of females are going through these exact same things. Some of them, they just do not have the voice to speak. They're not brave enough to speak because family members, they're afraid what they're gonna think or say, friends, stuff like that, or they're just staying in situations like these because for other reasons, because they have kids together, they have values together, and they feel like if they break off stuff, you know, something bad is gonna happen. They're gonna lose this, they're gonna lose that. But it's never a case where you're really ignoring red flags. You're just always hoping. You're
Yeah.
not blind, you're not stupid, where the obvious is there and you're just pretending as if you're not seeing it. We're not stupid, trust me. Females, I'm not even speaking on myself only. Females are not stupid. And like I said, my situation, it is very short span. So it shows how reactive I am to break things off. Because this is my first time really being around a person. It's not no long relationship, anything. And I keep putting up with stuff over and over for years. That's not the
Miss
case.
Bree. Yeah. Miss Bree, welcome, welcome. Oh,
But
lovely.
yeah, I'm
Sounds
gonna
like
come.
you're pretty
Mhm.
self-aware. You're trying to navigate your way away from all of that situation. Um,
Mhm.
so just you know what you're doing. I wish you all the
All
best with
right.
it.
Bye, guys.
You take care. Thank you for
All
sharing
right.
again.
Bye bye. Mhm.
Bye. Wow. You've been here the whole time, Miss Bree. Welcome, welcome, Miss Bree. Guys, remember, wow, we're at 41K likes. That's amazing. Guys, remember I have gift goals. I have gift goals. I don't understand why I'm the only TikToker who has the screen not lighting up with like these amazing, colorful gifts and what's going on, guys? Come on. I matter too. I matter too. Cool. I matter as well. Mia, you wanted to say something? Let's get you up real fast and say your piece. Mia,
Hello.
welcome, welcome. You have something to say.
Thank you. I did, just really quick. That last story that you told just really kind of triggered me in the sense, like, I just really wanted to share to everybody in the live, like, honestly, like, I'm just so shocked to begin with. Like, when a man puts his hands on a woman, when a man puts his hands on anybody, like if he's hitting a wall next to you, like that, I don't know how many women, and it sounds like she left pretty quick. Like she got her ducks in a row and she arranged to leave. And it's just after so many lives, I've been here for a while and I'm learning like this is not as uncommon, and I've experienced it and it seems like a lot of women have. And I just wanted to say to all the women out there, like it is never okay ever. Like, and if that is ever something you've experienced, like you need to walk, because it's never just one time ever. It's just as simple as that. Just walk as soon as it happens.
Yeah, that's what I heard, that it's something that escalate. So it's
Oh
like
my God, yeah.
from
If they
stage to
can do it
stage.
once, that boundary's broken, and it's just so scary hearing how common it is. So I just wanted to remind all the women, as well as she mentioned one thing about the other lady there. She told us her story about how the man was still in her house.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to remind women that depending on where you are, you have rights. And I know most of the women here know that, but I just wanted to remind them, like, if they're not on your lease, you can call somebody and report them for breaking and entering. Like, there are legal routes, and I'm sure they know this, but it's just that reminder. Like, if you're living with a man who's hostile and you have tried everything to get him out, and you have no other route, you have a legal route. There's breaking and entering. There's ways to report him without saying he abuses me. Do you know what I mean? There's ways to get out without being like, oh, he's hit me,
Mhm. Wow.
Anyways.
Oh, thank you for coming up, sharing your thoughts. Someone said,
Yeah.
Amen.
For sure. Take
All
care.
right, take care. Wow. Guys, remember, if it's your first time here, you have been missing out, unfortunately. We have been running this live stream, and it's one of the hottest live stream on planet Earth that you're just discovering. If you want to see me next time while you're scrolling on this app, you gotta hit the follow so you can see me again. Cool? Shanak, Chanikalan. Did you want to share a story or was it a comment? Because I just want to get to the next story now, I think. So let's hear what. Oh, Leech. What's her name? Okay, I'll get the next person then. Bap. I'm gonna get you in. Bap from the US. Welcome. Guys, remember, keep hitting that follow so you can see. Bap, welcome to the hottest live. You have a story for us today. Can you hear me? Hi. BAP. Sunset with the heart me. Thank you. Guys, remember the goals. BAP, wake up. Are you there? All right. Bop, we're gonna get you down. Come back when you're ready. Who's next, guys? Who's next? Who else want to tell their story? Who is next on the list? I have 5 people on my list. Let's see. Pamela. Guys, remember, help me reach the goal, the live goal. One of those goals. Pamela, welcome. Pamela. Wake up.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Started the new company started? No, it's not on the first.
I'm in the store.
oh, we're about to listen to what's going on. We're gonna hear. Oh yeah, you got this stuff. Hey, listen. Hey, we are ready. Are you ready to share your story? Pamela, tell me, should I get you down or not?
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Can you
yeah,
hear me
we're
now?
hearing you now. We're hearing you now. Okay.
Okay, I'm in the store, but I just want to say, right?
Okay.
I was waiting and then I had to go to the shops. I'm in the UK, and I just want to say that what the lady said about African men,
Okay.
she's really on point. Because I'm in the UK, and I'm a Caribbean female in the UK. And
So not Chile.
I'm actually Guyanese, my parents. But what she said is absolutely on point. I'm in a store, can you imagine? But what she said was on point because it's a cultural difference, and patriarchy is extremely important in that culture. So what they do when they come over to our side is they play the victim and the poor me, and you now become the matriarch, right? You're the money earner, you're the one responsible. And they will basically use that. So what she said was absolutely on point.
Wow.
And I'm looking at myself on camera and I'm like, oh gosh, because I've got my coat zipped up and everything. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Obviously, I can't talk about my story.
No
I'm in
worries.
the store.
No worries. You're
But-
listening to us in the store.
Yeah.
Oh my
My
gosh.
phone is in my pocket,
Guys, we're
and I
so
heard you
famous.
calling my name.
Oh.
Yeah, my phone was in my pocket, and I could hear you guys calling my name, and I was like, who's calling my name? Like, through the phone.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it's
you guys,
Yeah.
you guys are trying to communicate with me. But I'm in the UK and I'm very well aware of what that lady was talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. No
And there's a
worries.
lot of jobs about,
No worries.
yeah, there's a lot of jobs for the men. And Jamaican and Guyanese and Trinidadian, that's a whole nother story because they don't necessarily want to be the patriarch. They don't play that game. So, yeah, I'm out the store now. So
Yeah.
I'll talk to you another time, though.
Alrighty, no worries. You take
All
care,
right?
Pamela.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pamela have us in our pocket like we're FM 1 point on the dial what you call it? 103 or something. Tune in like you already know. She's locked in. Wow. Yeah, we have a lot of people like that, honestly. Ish, she said I should add you. You requested? Okay. ISHI. Guys, remember, I want someone else to request. I want people to keep requesting. If you have a story that you want to share, now is a good time. Usually, if I don't have people up here, I get bored and then I go. So if you want to share your story, want to keep the show going, hit the request to join, and I'll get you up. Ishi.
Ishi. Hey, how are you?
Mm-hmm. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
All right.
I have told you I was here before. This is my second time being on your live.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you my story before, but of course, you had a lot of stories you can't remember. But
Remind me.
how should I remind you? I'm the girl that told you that I got divorced, and at the same time, before getting divorced, my brother passed away. And do you remember?
Brother passed away. Go ahead. Do you have an update for us?
Yeah, I do. So I did get a lot of sweet texts from random people, which I so appreciate so much. Thank you all. About African men, as she was saying, right now it's that thing of I don't even know if I'm going to ever go to. I look forward to getting married, but not to an African man. African men are good. They're good in some ways and bad in other ways. The aggressiveness, the abuse, which...
Why did she start? She started a trend. Everyone's gonna come out here.
No, but one thing. You marry your own race. Don't run away from it. You know what I mean? Every person has their flaws. If you find few people that are bad, it's not all of them are bad. Like for me, to be honest, the marriage I was in, I wasn't getting abused. He never hit me. He never insulted me. He never insulted me. He never hit me. Yeah, so true, and it depends on how the person is raised. But anyway, all I want to say is, right now, I am trying to find the right person. But first, I kind of feel like I'm going to step back for a bit, stop dating for a while. Because it's like when people heard I got divorced, my inbox became full of guys.
It's lots of options.
Yeah, but I don't want any. Not now. Not now.
It's okay to take some time to heal.
Yeah. Are you married, if I may ask?
Huh?
Are you married or...
Oh dear. Chop.
You can't answer that question.
Chop. Save me.
So yeah,
Anyways,
that's
so
all.
that's all you wanted to share? Well, I appreciate you sharing. And you said you're
Yeah, you forgot my story. I can't believe you forgot my story.
oh no.
How am I going to come back and update you next time? Like how?
How? You're gonna remind me. Because like you said, it's a lot of story to keep up.
Yeah.
Just imagine
So
me keeping a registry of all these stories. Like, do you think I'm gonna sleep at night?
true.
Exactly.
So true.
So it's not about thing if I leave it here. Then you remind me, and then we deal with it right here.
No problem. And for the person who's saying this is not about the host, I know it's not about the host. There was a reason to my question. And if he can't answer it, you know, the person can say, that's not a big issue. Is it wrong for me to ask you?
Huh?
Is it wrong for me to ask you something?
About
About yourself?
Oh no, it's not wrong. It's okay.
Okay. All right. Anyway, take care.
Alrighty. Thank you for joining. And wish you
All
all the
right.
best.
Stay blessed.
Thank you. Miss Bree. We're getting Miss Bree on the show right now. Miss Bree, you have it. Hi, Miss
Hi,
Bree.
guys.
You have
What
a
can you
story for us today?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna stick to the African trend just for a bit, so that everybody can understand. I'm South African, and I'm gonna talk not from experience, but from what I've seen, because we have, as you know, South Africa is called the Rainbow Nation, so most Africans are here. Why is everybody laughing?
They start a
So,
trend.
with people that are saying African men are some kind of way, yes, here in South Africa, no matter where you're from, Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, wherever, if you don't have money, don't come to me. And if you and I can't match, if you can't afford to pay the bill, and I'm not gonna go on a date with you. Ne? Number one. Let me just put this down. Number three. People that say South African men, or African men, scammers and all of that, please exclude South African men there, because our men are not scammers, my guy. Our men are not scammers. Our men, they might be a little bit soft, but they are not scammers. Ne? Number 4, ladies, if you know that you cannot handle a certain race of people, or let's say African men at this point, stay away from them. Stay away, because the moment a man asks you for money, he's not after you, he's after the money. Yeah, okay, Ray, I hear you, but that is something that we can deal with. Our cases are mostly dealt with. What is this? Oh, no, Emily, this is me just correcting people that had so much to say about African. So I was just saying to them that they should exclude South African men.
So defending the men, you know?
Yes,
So
no, I'm
you
not
know-
defending. There are bad ones, but listen, when it comes to scamming, not South African men. That's all I wanted to
Hold
say.
on, which one is more likely to do this scamming? Tell me.
Oh, Nigerian, Zimbabwean, Ghana. Now I'm South African, so I'm taking out the men that I find here. It's Nigerian, Ghana, Zimbabwe, what else?
What
Congo. Yeah, Congo.
That's not the South
Those are the
African
top
one.
4. Nah. Our people, they know they can go to jail easy.
Oh, I see.
So the other ones, because we have a free visa policy, they do what they do and they leave.
All right, someone come defend the Nigerian. Let's keep that trend going. Anyway, thank you for joining, Miss Green.
No problem.
Welcome to my live.
No problem.
Take care.
Bye.
Mhm. Ornella. Oh, guys, remember, let's get to 50 kilowatts. I don't know, why did you do that to us, Ornella? Why? If you're new here, remember to hit the follow so that you can see me in another time. You want to be scrolling and you see this page. So you gotta hit the follow. CHAUNIK. I still see your thing here. Should I just remove you? I'm gonna accept you. Let's accept her. Yeah. It's okay. You can. Hi. You have a story for me?
I'm gonna let somebody else go because I'm not about to tell y'all all my business for your entertainment. I'm gonna let somebody else go. I'm gonna say my business another day.
All right. No worries. No
Okay,
worries.
bye.
Each your own. Take care. There's someone else who requested. Let's get her on here. I see Mary B. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the.
Yes, thank you. So it's just about what the other lady was saying. I feel like all African men can have their issues.
For a while, I
So
thought
it's
we
not
were
one is better than the other. For example, in South Africa, there's some problems with SA and stealing and so all sorts. So I think people that are good are going to be good and people that are bad are going to be bad from any country. So I have some South African friends that are just beautiful guys, and I have some Nigerian friends that are great as well and good husbands. So it's just about finding the right person and those that are having good character. So that's all I have to say. Yeah.
Guys, someone came up to defend the Nigerians. Who is going to come defend the Colombian? I'm just messing
Thank
around.
you.
Thank you for
Bye.
joining. Bye. For a while, I thought she had a story. All right, guys. Don't. Hey, listen, y'all don't. You're gonna have to correct that, guys. Oh dear. You guys started something about the men. Tell us about the Cuban. Wow. I'm eating, what do you call it? Wedges. Yes. Guys, remember, follow me so you can see me another time. Let's see, who else want to share their story? Who else want to share their story? I have, what? How much people there? Stars. Let's get you up here. You tell me about the, what men are you going to tell us about stars?
No, I don't got any view about men, but I just came on here to say that you can generalize people through their races, but I understand that there are people who are used to, we see them online and we see what most people say about Nigerians especially, for me, I've experienced it in a way that when some guys knew that I live in Sweden and all that, like they try to kind of like hit on me and all that and try to, like they're interested in all that. But I really put a stop to it because I'm not interested anyway. And also, according
Let's see where
to
they
my... Yeah, I just feel like, I'm sorry to say, but it sounds like a bit shallow for me. I also understand experiences, like you can have like an experience with 2 South Africans or 2 Nigerians or something, and then you can start saying that that's how everyone is like. There are people who are actually very different, And also, like, according to my story, I got an apology actually, and that was funny for me.
You have an update for us?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I followed your advice. I went no contact. I was like, fuck this, and you know what? I'm just gonna do my thing. And I changed my whole visa to a study visa. And I've listened to the people who have said, the ladies who have said about men who, okay, especially like my situation, but vice versa. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
You get it?
Yeah.
Like, you came here, and I always say, we all know the only way to come abroad is via work visa, study visa, asylum, and what else? Spouse visa. That's the only legal way you can come here, And those ladies who have said about the guys that they brought here, and then they ended up like really getting that, like these people come and then they start using the ladies. Even the men do that to ladies as well.
Yeah.
When they don't get what they wanted or what their intent was, So I think it goes both ways. And for me, I was 100% here because of love, nothing else. And I was done that. And that really crushed me to a level that I went into kind of like a depression mode. I was talking to you guys about it. And, I found a solution. I found a lawyer and everything. Because, of course, I'm in Sweden. Of course, I have rights. And for me, once I started, like, putting my life together back to, like, standing by myself. And actually, it's hard to navigate to a new country with a new language and all that. Because I was actually listening to another TikTok. There was a lady who came to Sweden and the friend went to Canada. And the lady who came to Sweden, Sweden is kind of like a slow country where you have to start from below. You start from zero, where the language, getting the job opportunities is really hard, But the lady who went to Canada, like in two months, she already had a contract and she had already bought a car. And that's very different when it comes to Sweden because, number one, in Sweden, buying a car is actually easy than actually getting a driving license. Getting a driving license is even more expensive. So it depends with which country are you in. So I could say that it goes both ways. And once the person started saying that I'm standing on my feet and I don't need them, actually I'm doing this by myself, that's when I got the apology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that's all.
So easy trying to get with you again?
Yeah. I just said I took like some hours before I replied because he was like, he's having a hard time because of the situation, yada. And I was like, that's a victim mentality for me because in the first place, you're the one who had put me in that position. But now since you can see I'm living my life without you, that's when now you're starting to act like you care.
Yeah, since
you know what I mean?
That you're on the hottest show and you're like, yeah, people here to support you and like all of that stuff and you're, working on getting over him and all that. No, he's coming back.
But then it was, exactly. It was hard. It was tough. tip for tough guys. Like there was a time I was speaking to you guys, and then I'm telling you I'm going to class, and then you asked me how are you. I almost cried. Like I was like, oh my God, I don't want to get deep into that, because when I think about the heart and how I had to like remove myself from that situation, and the sleepless nights and the crying and listening to you and actually sharing and listening to the people on this platform and trying to understand like what led to this, what led to that, what did I do wrong. But then I came back with an answer, because for me, I worked hard. I contributed to the apartment. Literally, like I was there to support his dream, like we in this together kind of. That's who I was. So for me, I don't know, like that's just his own insecurity, which had nothing to do with me. But then it ended up biting me in the ass. You understand? Because of someone else's insecurities. As I said, he never wanted me working, right? He just wanted like, a housewife.
Wow.
He wanted a baby. That's what he wanted. But for me, I didn't have a problem like giving him a baby. I just wanted to finish my studies first, and then we can think of that. You understand? But then like everything just crashed out, and now he's guilty about it. But for me, I took that responsibility and I said, you know what? I don't need you. I live in Sweden. I have all the amenities I need. I don't deserve this. I know it's painful. I know I'm going to suffer. I know, like I'll go. Oh, I'm telling you, I was feeling like my heart was hit by a bus. The kind of pain you feel like, to a point where I'm like, do you know how many guys I had to say no to? Oh my God, guys with more money than you. Like, do you understand? And I was like, okay, let me process this. So even when like I got the message and everything, I was kind of touched because okay, there was some empathy there. But then at the same time, I was like, you had your chance, you blew it. Like, I'm sorry you're going through this, but I think this is the wrong time for you to come back. Because when I was going through this, were you there? No, you were not, right? You were living your best life. And actually, I'm pretty sure like, he had this kind of like, he's egoistic, and I don't like using this word, like narcissistic. I keep saying like people can have narcissistic personalities, character traits, but it doesn't make them like narcissists, Yeah. But then I keep saying they are narcissists who are literally narcissists. The people who lack empathy. And those are the kind of people I can say and stand firm and say, yeah, that's a narcissist. And for me, another thing that actually made me leave the relationship was the physical abuse. 3 times that happened. Number 2, the emotional, psychological abuse. Have you ever literally not believe in your own sanity? Seriously, like someone can twist everything. Like you have to write down like, okay, this is what you said. And then when you discuss it, they twist it. Bring Mia up. I love Mia. I love Mia's mindset, to be honest.
No, I was just saying that Mia sent 300 comments in my live stream overall. In total. Yeah. So Mia has been participating a lot. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Karen,
I love her.
Is Karen here? Preacher? Oh dear. Preacher is back for you.
Oh my God.
You're
okay.
cool.
He told agents that he was born at before
Karen,
he was
what
born
did you
here
want
in
to
the
say?
United
You want to share your story or?
specifically, and that he was a dual citizen.
What are you guys sharing?
He said that he would investigate that as the bond was.
Wow.
Mia, first of all, not Mia.
Preacher, dang. Okay.
Karen.
Come on
the
here.
radio was on. Hold on. So Karen.
Yeah. I turned it off. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So you wanted to share your story?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, it's not much of a story. I think it happens like to a lot of people. And I was married. I was with this person for 14 years, and I feel like well, my message to women is just like, don't put yourself second, you know? Like, I feel like a lot of women, they put themselves second to support their man or to support whatever's going on. And then they just kind of forget about themselves. So I just like, I just think that women should just focus on themselves. And if a guy is like pressuring you to like make it all about him or have your world revolve around him, then it's probably not going to work out for you. And I've been divorced now for 3 years and it's been going good. It's tough out there, like the dating scene. But when I think about it, like, it's crazy because when I think about it, I'm like, yes, I could have just stayed in my marriage and lived a lie and like pretended that he wasn't cheating and pretended that everything was okay. But then it's like, how long can you really live that lie, you know? Like, before it makes you... for me personally, I was like, it was making me angry. And it was making me lash out. And like, I just, at the end of the day, I really had to sit with myself and say, is this worth it? Do I, at some point, like, do I let my anger consume me and make me do something stupid, something that I might regret? Or do I just walk away? And then I had to walk away. I definitely had to walk away from my own sanity. And it's like, it just wasn't healthy. And there was like a lot of things that were like done to me. Like, he had a GPS on my car. He had a GPS on my car. Like,
Guys, stop the screen. Let's get to 50K likes.
yeah, he would, no worries. So I,
That's crazy.
yeah. And you know, like, that's the definition of stalking. Like, if you look up the definition of stalking, it's that right there. Like, I remember I found out through two different people that he had a GPS, and then I saw it for myself. So basically, his stepmom, she didn't like him, and she was like, oh, he has a GPS on your car. And then she kind of said, kind of like when we were like on our way to divorcing, we were gonna divorce and everything, I was still living at his dad's house because that's where we lived. We lived in the back house. And I remember I checked out of the relationship because I found out he cheated, and that was like the last straw for me. And I was being completely honest with him. I was like, hey, I can't get back with you because if I get back with you, I'm gonna cheat on you. And like, sure enough, like, just to kind of get my head out of like that situation and like being angry, I went on like 2 different dates in one day. And I remember the stepmom was like, yeah, he knows that you, like, the only reason I knew she wasn't lying was because she was like, I know you went on 2, like, he knows that you went on 2 different dates in one day. And I was like, oh, I did. And I, like, to myself, I kind of chuckled because I'm like, I know I did that, but how do they know I did that? And then I was like, oh, this dude for sure has like a GPS on my car. And then the second person that told me was like a mutual friend. A mutual friend was like, I guess he was calling people for advice, and he would tell them, he'd be like, how do I win her over? How do I win her back? And then he admitted to that person that he had a GPS on my car. And then like, me personally, like, I've always been like very, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I've always been the type of person that's like, whatever I have, you have, if that makes sense. Like if I have a car and you want to use it, then, you know, by all means, whatever, you know, use it, right? So I remember one time he was like, I need to borrow your car. Mind you, he has his own car, you know, whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure. like, I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna say, sure, like, borrow my car. I don't care. And I remember I lost a credit card. Like, I remember looking for my credit card, and I was like, what did I do to my credit card? Like, I need it. And I remember he had just used my car. And then I look underneath my seat on the driver's side. And then there I saw the GPS. I saw the GPS, and it had, like, he attached it to, because I really don't know how it works, to be honest with you. I just know that it was a GPS, but it kind of looks like a brick phone, like an older version of like a brick phone. And then he attached it to, what is that thing called? He attached it to a power bank so that it wouldn't lose power, I guess. Yeah.
I have a question. Okay, for me, I don't have a car, okay? My choice. I don't need a car because the buses are everywhere. My job is near, my school is near, everything is.
Oh, nice.
I don't need a car. So, my question is, you see, Snapchat. Let me talk about Snapchat because that's what most people use, especially here. Like, people don't give out their numbers, they give out their Instagram handles and they give their Snapchat, okay? Because if you have my number and you can swish me money, because we use swish, like in Kenyan way we can say M-Pesa.
Right.
You can check my full names, you can see my address, you can see who I live with, you can see literally everything, how much money I earn per month, per year, how much savings I have. Literally, like, that's how much you having my number, you'll have access to me, to my life, like that.
Right.
So I don't give out my number. Understand? I give out my Instagram handle and my Snapchat, okay?
But that was my ex-husband.
I understand. I understand that. My question is, like, while I was dating, okay, my friends have my location to Snapchat. In this manner, like, okay, I switched off my location when I broke up with that guy. I switched off my location with him. But, like, my friends have my location.
Right.
By default, like, as then there are people who I trust in a way that they're not stalkers, you know? So my question is, did he do that without you knowing, or you guys had that kind of conversation?
No, of course it was without my consent. If he's hiding it, what makes you think he has my consent? It was under my seat. Like, under my seat, there was, like, the device, the GPS device.
Wow.
Okay, that means he had trust issues.
Stars,
he had trust issues.
Stars,
sorry.
Finish.
Sure.
No, I mean, it was just like obviously it was without my consent, and I had no idea. And, you know, it's definitely, like, it feels like somebody, like, you know, violated your space and your trust and, like, all of that. And you know, I understand. Like, I would have understood it had I given him any hope, had I said, oh, we can work on this, or we could move past this, but I didn't. I said, hey, like, and it just happened at such a, like, bad moment, and I didn't have a job at the time, and he knew that, and I was looking for a job, and I was trying to get out of that living situation, but it was definitely not consensual. That was not, no. I would never, I don't know. Like, I think it hurts because I would never do that to him.
So you saw the thing under the seat, right? What did you do?
I took it out and I confronted him about it, and I was just hurt. I was just hurt by the whole thing, because it's like, you know, like, I feel, at least I feel, I don't know, I feel like I'm very, like, I don't know if anybody's, like, into astrology, but I am a Capricorn, so I like to tell people what it is. I don't like to waste people's time, and I don't like to give people hope, false hope. So, like, for me, it was just like, what are you doing? Like, this is basically over. We're getting a divorce. Like, it's not like I'm giving you hope, or I'm, you know, like,
So let me.
Yes, I still live there, but it was circumstantial.
Oh, let me ask. Okay, how long were you guys married for again? You probably said that, but I don't remember.
Oh yeah, no worries. I was married for 7 years.
So it was a 7-year marriage. It's a 7-year marriage you're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Well, together 14. Altogether 14.
oh dear, that's a long time.
So we met when we were 20.
Wow. And so he said in the marriage he pretty much went outside, and then because he did that, you told him to his face that, hey, you're pretty much gonna be doing the same thing if you stay. So it's best for you to go, right? So,
Yeah, basically.
But then in the process, you were like, oh, you just went on date regardless. You didn't even wait to leave. You did it while you were still there, something like that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, that's...
I'm not reading notes. I'm just
No. No,
someone
you're
in the
good,
chat
you're
said
good.
he's reading notes. I have this
No, you're
fidget
good,
here.
that's exactly what happened.
It is me. Okay.
No, that's exactly what, like, I know that was probably wrong on my end, but it's like, I wanted to, I don't know.
Reading notes. I just remember. I'm just trying to. Sorry. No. Okay, where was I going? See, you distract me. CHAUKIT.
No, you're good.
But yeah, bottom line is.
I mean, I probably should have waited till I left, but I was looking for, I swear I was looking for a job.
Oh.
And I finally did leave.
Okay. Well, so.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. To reply to the people who are saying that. Sorry. People are saying that I'm taking over at current story. I'm not taking over. I was just asking her about if it was via her consent that they had that kind of, agreement. But you know that that's their ex-husband, so obviously it wasn't via her consent. Then that means that that person was having trust issues and literally stalking her to everything, you understand, which is wrong. Because now I related it to my story and I was like, Snapchat for me, I share it with people who I trust. And once I broke off with that person, I switched my location off in a way that you can't know where I'm at and what I'm doing. That's what I mean. So don't say I'm taking over anyone's story.
Karen,
I'm not.
I have a question.
I'm actually listening.
Yes.
So, like you said, it was, you guys have been together for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that there were lots of conflicts? That's even unrelated to like infidelity or whatever. That's what they call it.
I'm not gonna lie. He was in a frat when he went to college. He's a frat. In a frat.
Frat. What's that?
A frat, yeah. Like in college, like he was a frat.
I don't know what that means.
Like the party people, like a fraternity, yeah. Over here, like party people, I don't know. Like when a school, like.
You're talking.
Yeah.
He studies, right?
Yeah,
You're saying that's why he studied?
No. When he was in college, he was in a frat. In a fraternity. So he was
okay.
He would like party a lot and.
Okay. So he was school group. Okay. Greek.
Oh my God.
That's American terminology. Sorry.
Yeah.
This like.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Continue. I'll look.
Yeah, he was in he partied a lot and.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Of course, we started off with jealousy here and there, but that's because we were 20 years old, Like we were young.
Yeah.
We're pretty young, so.
Then as it get, what did it look like when you guys were like what, 30 or something like that, or going towards 30? What did it look like?
Well, he's in two cover bands, so so he's in two cover bands, and I felt like it wasn't. I don't know. He I don't know how to explain it. So he basically was in two cover bands out here in Los Angeles, and he would get attention from girls, even though I felt like that was kind of pathetic, but whatever. He would get a lot of attention from girls, and I think growing up, he was kind of like, he was like a nerd. I guess you could say, like, he was really good at like school, and he did really great in school. So I don't think he really knew what to do with like attention from women. So I don't know. I think it was just like him trying to explore, because like we met when we were really young, and he never really got to date or explore. So like later on, when I noticed that he was still I don't know, like getting attention from women, and he didn't know what to do with it, I sat him down and I'm like, look, I understand that like when we were young, like in our 20s, like, okay, maybe you may have cheated here and there, and I didn't catch him per se, but like I just said, hey, like we're older now. It's either we're in this marriage or we're not. Like we could just leave,
Let me ask you a question. And guys, I'm just asking, we're just chatting. So like, I'm curious, how did you feel? Based on what you're saying, how did you feel in that regards?
I mean, I felt the same way, like we were just like, we were young, and I also wanted to date and explore, but we were so young that we never really got the chance. So I kind of understood it from that perspective. I'm like, we never really got to date. We never really got to like see other people or like that kind of thing. And I'm like, I get it. So like I never came from like a judgmental background. I was just like, hey, like I know that, like, because I'm not gonna lie, like when he cheated, then it was like this domino effect, and then I cheated, and then it was just like one of those things where it's like, okay, we're older now. It's like, do we want this or do we not want this? Because I'm not gonna do this back and forth thing. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like.
Can I ask a question, Karen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys have kids together?
No.
No. Ah, okay. That's breathe. Now I breathe out. Thank you.
Yeah. All we ever did together was travel. So we traveled a lot, and then we
to explore.
Yeah, we just partied and traveled a lot. We didn't really.
Do you think maybe that what I love about your point is that you're not like really judgmental? Most people come from this perspective, like, yeah, he did this to me, but then you fail to actually like self-reflect and actually also ask yourself, what did you do to contribute to that? And my question is, do you think maybe that could have made you kind of like fall apart? Probably. Have you ever thought of it in that kind of view?
If it would make me fall apart?
No. If it made both of you, not just you, both of you, like from what definitely. I'm getting from.
Oh, for sure. Okay. For sure. Okay. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I remember, and I just think that, to be fair, in all fairness, like we just didn't trust each other. We didn't trust each other, and like, I remember one time, like, and it was. And I didn't really think about it like back then, but like now I'm like, oh my God, that must have been so like, that must have shattered his self-esteem. But like I remember that
we were still going through our little dramas, and like we were just like, I remember he caught me talking to some guy, but I think he started sobbing, like really, really sobbing and just crying, because like it wasn't like, I don't know, like he internalized it and he started going to the gym more, because this was like, it wasn't just like a regular guy. It was like one of those like muscular guys, like the guys that go to the gym all the time. I mean, if you look at my profile, I'm not really like the gym. I'll go to the gym, but I'm not like a gym rat, you know? So like, I don't know why this guy ever even approached me, but
MJ,
I
thank
remember,
you.
I just remember he just kept crying and crying, and like, I felt bad, and I felt like definitely we hurt each other.
Okay, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. When I view the whole situation from his point of view, and I'm a gully, trust me. I'm always a gully, trust me.
Oh
But
no,
then,
this is a fair conversation. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay, because people are, on the comment section, oh, he dodged a bullet, once a cheater, always a cheater. No, come on, guys, you gotta look at both sides. You can't just look from one perspective. You have to look at both perspectives as well, because men also have emotions. Now, the thing is, Karen, like, maybe you're saying that he was going to the gym and he was sobbing and all that. If you put yourself in his shoes, from your story, you're saying that you guys were young and you were exploring together and you wanted to date, and he did something and you also did something, and you feel that you guys kind of like, you wanted to explore more from what was familiar between you both, right?
Right.
Maybe he started going to the gym and you're saying he's not this masculine, he's a masculine guy, he doesn't. Did I catch that right? You said that the guy is, like he's this guy who goes to the gym, or you said you're not a gym girl, but he wasn't? Is that what?
No,
did I catch that right?
like I wasn't like a gym girly. Like I would go, but I wouldn't go like frequently.
Okay, but now would you maybe put yourself in this guy's shoes? The same emotions that you're feeling, he also felt them. Okay, and maybe he also felt like he was betraying the relationship between you guys, and he was trying to find a loop to kind of deal with that. And he went to the gym to try, get off whatever was happening between both of you. You also need to understand that. Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely, I get it. Like,
Stars.
I definitely get it.
Karen.
Yeah, because
hold on.
I just kind of.
Stars.
Okay.
Just say your final piece, and then I'm gonna let you down. Then we close off with Karen. Then we move on to the next person.
Oh, me or Karen?
No, you. You say your final piece. Final thoughts.
Oh, okay. Okay, my final thoughts are, I feel like, first of all, you really need to pour into yourself as a woman first. And I know we go through a lot of emotions and a lot of stages in our lives where sometimes you might be in this stage of a life, but then it always goes back to you, where you have to be very self-aware with yourself in a way that you don't always like blame people for your own, because of the situations. You gotta like sometimes like self-reflect, and actually don't always like blame people for your situations and all that. You have to take accountability on your part and be like, okay, but this one, whatever I'm saying, I'm speaking to healthy people. I'm not talking about people who use people and all that.
Oh, you're talking to yourself.
I'm talking from that perspective.
We all apply to ourselves as well, eh?
Yeah. For me, I have self-reflected on so many things. Trust me. And I know the wrongs and the weaknesses that I have as a person. I do know. And I can't always like blame someone because of my own shortcomings or because of the things that I caused myself to get into. Understand? So that's all I gotta say.
Thanks, Stars.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for participating in my live stream, Stars.
As always, full support.
Bye. Okay, Karen, what advice could you give us today? Alexa with the roses. Guys, y'all acknowledge Alexa.
Don't cheat on your significant other. Don't do it. That's bad. And then don't put a GPS on their stuff. You know, that's bad too. And just be kind to yourself. Like, if you're not ready, you're not ready. Like, there's no wrong or right timing for a good relationship or marriage or whatever. But yeah, just be kind to yourself.
I have one last question. So
absolutely,
what made you? Because I'm asking because I'm sure a lot of people can learn from. Like, what made you to still proceed after, you said you've been dating for, a long time. Those issues were there, right? So, like, what made it lasted for like 14 years, you said?
Yeah, 14 years.
Like, what was the main thing? Like, just, I don't know, just...
I'm gonna be so real right now. Like, I needed my green card. Oh, it was so bad, yeah. So I needed my green card, so I had to stay, and I had to, like, if the American system for green tags is just like, it's a lot. Like, it's a long process. It's a lengthy process. It costs a lot of money, and at the time I was just like, hey, I have to, like, like, I have to get a green card. Like, I have to move on with my life, and I have to, like, I really have to do what I have to do for myself. And that's a whole nother story, because
No,
I've been married.
I was just curious.
Married twice.
Yeah,
twice.
I was just curious because you see that it's a good question, right? I was like, okay, all right. No,
yeah, married twice, so don't.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing your story, your experience, and obviously that's your past, right? I do wish you all the best with everything.
I mean, thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Have a good one.
Guys, hold on. Is everyone here locked in with this red button? Alexa, thank you for the roses. Guys, look at Alexa giving us the roses. Everyone do exactly what Alexa is doing. Also, if it's your first time here, you want to see me another time, remember, guys, you gotta hit that beautiful red button here, so while you're scrolling, you can see me. Okay, thank you. Wow, roses, I see hearts, wow, thank you. That's motivating. Wow, no, I feel like I want to stay longer. All right. One, two, I see one person here. Big mama. Bashi, B-A-S-H. Bashi. Aaron, thank you for the rose. Guys, thank you. We're just waiting on the next person. Stuff isn't loading. Let's see. Guys, if you're here and you'd love to share your story, Hit the request to join. Preacher, are you here? I'm letting you up. If you're still here. Oh, hi, Bashi. Bashi. B-A-S-H-I. Hey, what up, Bashi? Let's get it out here before we be a witness. We don't want to be a witness, right, guys? No? We don't want to be a witness at all. I don't want to be a witness at all. Preacher! You're not loading. I don't know. Preacher isn't loading. Anyways, if you are here and you'd love to share your story, now is a good time. Now is a very good time to do so. Because I currently have... Chan, is she here? She sent another request. You sent a request again, accidentally. Anyways, you have this, Rose, if you have a story, you don't even have to tell us in the chat. Just hit the request to join. Just hit that button and I'll get you up. You can be next, actually. Let's keep the pace going. Rose, you said you have a story. Can you hit request and I'll get you up right away. Oh, you said you wanted to hear Preacher? Preacher is... Preacher is... I did try to get him up here, but he didn't load for some reason. Guys, we're almost at 50,000 likes. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. I don't understand. Rose, you said you wanted to share a story, right? Just hit the request and I'll get you in. He preaches good news. Wow. What time is it now? Jesus. Guys, you know, once I start looking at the time, what time is it for you guys? Melita, I see you. Ann, A-N-N-A. Anna. Wow. You know, when I just started this live stream, I was like, I know, right? I definitely need to. It is now 3:23. It's 3:22, which is 5:21 a.m. in Toronto. Wow. So even Alexa went to bed and sleep and wake up, and we're here. Oh, who is this? Someone requested. I wonder if Nona. I wonder if it's by accident. Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Nona KG. I don't know why it's like we're gonna be 5:22 in Washington DC. Okay, cool. All right, let's get Nona done because again we don't want to be a witness. Oh yeah, you gotta yes, and she has to go office for 8. Cool. So why people are roasting you? Stars, you set record here. That's the thing. You set record here. You're the viewer's favorite. Stars, you're the viewer's favorite. Anyways, let me see. Everyone, if it's your first time here, can you type first in the chat? I just want to see all the new faces. Who are all the new folks? Also, I'm going to put a poll. If you're loving this live stream, I'm going to put a poll. So the red will be for yes, you're loving it. or you appreciate this content. And the cry face would be like nonsense. Okay? So it's gonna be red for amazing content, and the blue is gonna be for nonsense. Let's see how much nonsense we get tonight. Okay, so the blue is for nonsense, red is for good content. There's the poll on the screen. There it is, guys. Hit. So get your votes. Get your votes in. Get the votes in. Red is for good content. Blue is for nonsense. Let's go. I just want to get y'all participating. 3 people think it's good. What? So why do I have so much people here then? If only 3 people so far think it's good. Guys, we're voting on whether or not this is a good content. Like, you guys appreciate it. If you do, hit the red. Cause I'm about to be nonsensical. Thoroughly entertained. So we got some shy ones. Yeah, we do. But it's okay. You know, Mia, y'all already know one that always works out to my benefit because I get to go early. About to be, yep, you're right, Emily. Emily, you're right. You know it. You know it. You know it. You know it. Yeah, it's about to be bedtime for me. I'm not gonna force, not force, but hi, Josie, Jocye, Joyce.
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Is it your first time here?
First time, well, I saw you earlier today, but I had to go. So this is the first time here, really. So you can give me a little spiel before I.
No worries. It's just that if you want to share your story with us, like on the screen, like a relationship story or a ex experience or something, you can go for it. You might be the last one for tonight, by the way.
Okay, and I will catch you a little earlier. I came on and then I got a little emotional and I darted out. I ran away.
Oh, yeah?
But I thought sometimes telling your story, well, especially for me, I wrote a lot of mine out of me in a book, We Are Not Our Secrets, not to promote that, but it's hard when you don't address it. So I hadn't addressed, in the book, I never addressed this because he was my ex-husband and I didn't want it to be about, the book to be about anything but me and things that mold me. And I thought if I bring him up, he can't really defend himself and people don't like that usually, if I don't.
I see.
Yes, so I never really have, I don't know if I fully have healed from that. Like, you can heal from a lot of other things in life, but things are probably individual, right?
You're going to tell us what?
So, here you go. I was married, and I got married fast, so I'm telling people don't do that. But I thought, hey, I consider myself a professional dater. Because I had dated, I didn't get married till I was 43. He was 41. And I thought, well, I don't have to take all this time, right? You think you're knowledgeable, and I've been through it, and I was ready to put my hat on the table, lay my hat down instead of put it on the table, either way you put it. But I was ready, I was really ready. So people say men should lead. I thought, hey, you can have it. I've been out here making it work by myself. So I let him have, his say so. Anyway, so the deal was this. Got married fast. Don't do that. I don't suggest that for people. But there were people who came to me and said they were married for years, met their husband, was married in a week. You see what I mean? So, and mine was like a couple of months, something like that, right? But I just figured, and he had a little girl that was 11, and he was a Christian man, and we went to church, and I met her, and she loved me. He said, man, she never loves anybody. She loves you right off. She doesn't hug people. Anyway, I just thought this was it. I let him meet people I work with and my friends, and they all liked him. So long story short, in that short amount of time, I went ahead and got married. And he said to me, over some disagreement we had, and I explained to him, I can't go into all of it because it's too long, but over some of the one specific disagreement we had, I talked about it for a couple of hours. I didn't want it happened in front of his friends and family, and I didn't want to bring it up because they said never bring it up in front of children. So I talked to him separately. When I got back home the next day, we talked for 2 hours about something that should have been 15 minutes. And finally, he agrees with me. And then the next day, he comes back and said, you know what? Jesus talked to his disciples badly. And I looked and I go, Jesus talked to his disciples badly? There's nothing in the Bible that says that. Jesus washed his disciples' feet and took care of his disciples. So I was wondering, what is he meaning by this? Because I poured my heart out telling him on something, like I said, should have been 15-minute conversation. So that was one thing. And then the last thing, because like I said, I won't go into all of it, but that was so detrimental to me because I thought you can't make illogical logical. And keep in mind, this is over a period of time. And then the last thing he said, and I'll end it here. The last thing he said was that made me divorce was, we had been married a couple of months, and I said, I'm going to visit my girlfriend for dinner. He knew her and everything, even though it shouldn't have been a big deal. I mean, this is like, he had some old school controlling issues. But anyway, so I go out to dinner with her, and as I'm getting ready to leave out of the house, he goes, you know, I can see you even though I'm not with you, or something like that. I laughed it off because I thought he was joking, kind of thing. So I got with her and I started telling her some of the things he was doing, and she says, that's not normal. And she was a minister and married for 16 years. So I figured she would know what's normal and what's not. I thought she was going to give me advice. I thought I could repair this. And she says, Joyce, that's not normal. She said, sounds like mind control, kind of. You know, some of the stuff I was telling her. I said, wow. So I was depressed over that. And then I got back home and he goes, the military taught me how to kill people with my bare hands. So anyway, I'll leave it there. So I end up divorcing him, rightfully so, because it became a verbal, abusive, and in my mind, I grew up in a domestic violent household. So there's no way I didn't feel safe anymore. You know, like someone to say that to you. And I didn't have communication skills either, but I don't think that would even fix it. But for many years, I talked to people and finally got over it. I talked to a pastor, and the pastor said, you should have left him, after I told him that. But it's like, there is, some men are not healed. He said he saw his mother be beat by his father, and his mother took him and his brothers away from the house at night. He was about, I think he said 5 or 6. So in that time, it probably framed his mind. I don't know, but apparently he wasn't healed over some of the stuff he was going through. So that's my long, short story. Major flags, and just take your time dating people. And some things, it's good to talk about, I guess. But earlier, I thought about it and I ran from the space, so I'm back again. And I'm glad you're getting ready to end.
Which one of the story? Which of the story caused you to run?
Say that again.
Which one of the story that caused you to run?
I was listening to whoever was on at the time and reading the caption of relationship stories and safe space for sharing experiences. And I was listening to them and I was thinking about what I would say, and I just got sad and I left. And then I came into you right now and decided, it's late at night. It's kind of a wimpy way to do it. Less people. I think you had about 700 people in here earlier.
No,
Maybe, I don't know.
No, we didn't have 700. I think around 200 or something. But yeah, like
200 something. Okay, I went to another space then. Okay, but yeah, so about 200. Did you have only 200? Okay, well, it seemed like a lot to me at the time.
Guess what? I started off with one viewer. You know?
What?
Yeah, and I was there, and I had 10. Then I have 150, and then 200. We have 500. Fluctuate, but that's not the point. The point is what
it's
I'm building.
It's a good platform.
Yeah, what I'm building is a space where people can share their story and other people learn from it. Like you said, you just shared yours, and you also give an advice, right? So that's really what I'm doing here. So I appreciate you joining and sharing your story, Joyce. What advice did I ask you to give an advice already? I don't remember doing that.
No.
What advice could you give us based on your experience?
Don't settle. Don't think that your age matters. Because I thought, I'm 43, I've never been married, I need to get married. Society puts that pressure on you. I never wanted to get married. People at my job, I was having the time of my life. I enjoyed single life. Like I said, I thought I was a professional dater. Not that I was out there doing all of this, but I enjoyed dating and getting to know people. I had very good friends still to this day. And they've moved on and gotten married, and we're still friends. I'm not talking to them, because I respect their marriages. But I've always been, I think because of the domestic violence in my household, I've always been more of a sapiosexual. You've got to show me something first, and it takes a while to get inside my head. So I really enjoy conversation. And so, but my advice is don't think that age matters. And people who are out there looking, because I hear a lot of young people feel like they need to get married. They're really looking to get married. Don't think you're going to find your person. It's just a matter of time. I've never, even to this day, had a problem finding men. And I'm well over, I'm over 60 years old. So it doesn't matter. You're going to find men. I still have men interested in me. I just am not interested. And the love of my life passed last December. He got divorced. We were going to get together. He died last December. It's been a year. So I just want to say, don't ever give up on love. You're going to find love. Don't get pressed into thinking I've got to settle. And these conversations these young people are having, like, oh, if you have a child, you're not valued. And there's a lot of conversations I hear about that, like your value in a relationship. Forget about all that. Just find somebody that you're compatible with. And you may even have to go to counseling with people nowadays, from what I'm hearing. Because a lot of us are unhealed. But if you find somebody worth the struggle that you're compatible with in a lot of areas, hey, go to counseling with them. I mean, you never know. But don't, that's all. It's no right or wrong. But don't think that you don't have time and that you have to hurry and get married and all of this. And because marriage is very difficult. Because some of the things that happened to me were not isolated to
years of people being married. They were still experiencing the things that I was experiencing. So it's just a matter of when people get married, men feel, this is what my experience is, a generalization. It seems that men feel that you're a property still, and that they should make all the decisions, and that there's things that they fight about in marriages that I can't even explain, but it's like a common across the board. And people don't believe this. I usually don't say it, but marry someone that you like. Don't marry, and that you have chemistry with. So that's it. That's my advice. Marry somebody that you really like and have chemistry with. Because if the chemistry not there, at some point, you're probably going to end up leaving that person. But that's it. And good luck to everybody. I thank you for this platform, for hearing my story. And I'll be back to support people.
Thank you.
And you. Thank you.
Bye. Hear that, guys? She'll be back. Appreciate you sharing your story. Guys, if you're here for the first time, remember, hit the follow. Let's see, where are we at with the following? Oh, guys, we're only at 84 new followers. 84. CHY and Sheena. Can you hear me? Shina, CHYNAH. Guys, I'm not pronouncing the name. Sheena. China. Made in China. Can you hear me? Jessica.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How is it going over there?
It's alright. Have a story for us today?
Huh?
Do you have a story to share with us today?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty.
A big one, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so back then, no hate to the LGBTQ community. I used to be in that community, so I used to date a girl. That was my longest relationship, actually. It was 3 years. The third day of meeting her, we moved in together. Everything was going well, but we had a car accident with an 18-wheeler. And we lost a lot of things in the process. And she had surgery. When she had surgery, we got about $1 million together. We got a house. I bought my car. We got property together. We traveled and everything. When we started getting a lot of issues, we got into stuff that we shouldn't have, like addictions. She then proceeded to take everything away from me. She took the car that I already paid for. She took the house. And I was left to go back to my parents. And I gave myself to God. And now I'm here.
Amen.
Yeah, that's it. That's all my story. I lost everything, but everything was for a purpose. I mean, I found something way better that nobody could take away from me, and that's God. And now I'm just living for him.
That's great.
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Everyone type amen in the chat. Amen. Amen. Alrighty. So like I said, guys, what made me start this? I don't know. I wonder what. I started it. Yeah. Anyways, guys, remember, if it's your first time here. Oh, I'm at 87 new followers. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's not bad. And still not too bad in terms of how long we've been on here. Still longer than I expected, but it's not it's not too bad. But 87 new followers. Usually by now we'll be at 200, guys. 200 by now. So we are behind, but it's cool. 87 is something. How long was it? Did you have a hard, bad experience? Joyce. How long since I've been on here? Like 4 hours. 4 hours, that's a long time. I remember I've been on here for like 8, oh my gosh, 8 hours. Like that's a long time. But yeah, when I looked back on one of my streams, it's like 8 hours. Oh, whoa. And that was like, I think that one brought in like 20,000 viewers. 20,000 viewers, and what, 400 followers or something like that. REA, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. This is my first ever live on TikTok, so I'm really shy. My palms are sweating.
Oh,
But
take your time. How's the weather there? What's the weather like?
it's pretty hot. I'm in Australia, so different time zones.
What time is it there now?
Like 9
a.m.
9:17. No, PM.
Oh,
9 PM. Actually, it's Thursday.
Oh, so like, it's sunny, pretty much sunny there.
Yeah, it's pretty much sunny. Very hot.
Wow. It's pretty cold here. Minus.
Oh.
We're talking like minus 20, minus. Hold on, my computer's off. But like, yeah, minus. So, you guys are blessed over there.
We are. I love the hot weather. So I'm African by origin. So I can't do the cold. So good luck to you guys.
Oh wow! Thank you. You said you have a story you want to share?
No, I don't have a story per se. I feel like my stories are actually not as like just listening to all these stories. It makes me feel like my dating dilemmas are, I shouldn't cry. They're less severe. But I think I just wanted to basically say, because I was listening to the last lady who spoke, just words of encouragement and, just being a person, like a woman in her mid-30s, and also, I guess I'm Australian, but I'm also African, because I migrated, but the culture is to get married before you're 30. And so basically African men, most of them don't start looking at, they don't look at you once you're past a certain age, because it's like, oh, the younger the better. So, I know I'm contributing to the roasting of African men, but that's just how it is in my culture. And so it's just refreshing to hear especially the older women, just encouraging the younger women to, encouraging us to still be pretty, I guess, optimistic. And it's also not easy just being in Australia as a woman of color. We're the minority here, so I guess our dating experience is a bit different. But so far for me, it's just been a series of ghosting, a lot of ghosting, and just non-committal, committal men. And so it's quite discouraging. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, because I think you're doing an amazing thing, just overall and in general.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you for also being my first live. I will step down.
No worries. I appreciate you feeling comfortable to join the first live stream ever. Hear that, guys? Hear that? Thank you so much. That means a lot. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep, there we go, guys. If you're new, if it's your first time watching, your very first time watching my live stream, remember, you want to hit the follow so that you can see me another time. You can see me next time, like tomorrow, or... Oh, actually, guys, yeah, about that. It's okay. Get back to that. So we have no one else in line. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So with nobody in line, I guess it's a good time to end the live stream. It's a good time to end the stream because we have no one else in line. Not unless someone else wants to join. Okay, someone requested. Hold on, who just requested? Remember, the moment we have no one else, that's when I'm gonna be off. So, hi, Christina. Welcome. We see you. You have a story for us today?
You see my babies?
What's that? Is that like a bird?
4 of them.
Oh. What bird are they? What's...
Yeah.
Oh, man. They're
Onions.
babies. What?
Yeah, they're 5 weeks old.
They're so cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
They love them.
That's awesome. 3 of them. They're cuddling. They're warm and...
Yeah, that's so much. They brought so much joy to my life, eh?
That's awesome. How long since you have them?
Only about 3 days.
Ooh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
that one is celebrating.
Yeah.
So I guess you really like, well, are you gonna keep them or?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep them.
Okay, that's cool. Did you have a celebration?
Yeah, I can share anything.
Okay.
I've been through too many relationships.
Alright. Give us one.
Okay. How about the most manipulating man that I've ever been with? Do you want that one?
Sure.
Or the most...
Go ahead.
Well, I've had a few marriages, so I can talk about a number of them, but yeah.
Oh,
but this one's the most...
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. I'll talk about the Ghanaian. I was married to a Ghanaian. I met on Facebook and, yeah, went over there. And, yeah, I sort of rushed into it. Yeah, they are. They're happy. They're talking because I'm talking. Yeah, I sort of rushed into a relationship because my ex went to jail for hurting me really bad. And so I was up because I couldn't sleep. And that's how I got in contact talking with
It's okay, I'm here. It's cool.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah, they're loving me. Yeah, so so I started talking to him. He wanted to come over on a visiting visa, but he just kept on getting rejected. In the end, I went over there and I married him. And fell pregnant, come back to Australia. And as soon as I brought him over from his country to my country, the whole relationship changed. He didn't want to touch me. He didn't want to have any affections with me. It was just like, he would even sleep with a different blanket. Like, there was no arguments. It was just really strange. And this was totally opposite when I was in his country. When I was in his country, he treated me like a queen, you know? And
So it's almost like he wanted the papers or whatever to go to another country.
It was really weird. Like, I'd hang out by myself with the kids, you know. I'd get invited to parties. He wouldn't attend. Like, a lot of my friends didn't even know him because he wouldn't attend parties with me. He stopped going to church with me. And he would go up in my son's bedroom and just lock the door and just totally isolate himself from us, you know. And he treated my daughter very bad. She was from a previous relationship. And things got uncovered, you know. I had feelings like, oh, this guy's cheating on me. But then I'd like beat myself up. Oh, no, he wouldn't do that, you know. I used to think, oh, you're such a bad wife for even thinking this, you know. And anyway,
they're making themselves comfortable.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them out of my because they're in my airplane. But anyway, we'll just go with 2 under there and 2 here. So anyway, I found out that he was cheating on me. There was signs, you know. He didn't teach me his language, but I had friends that were from Ghana as well, and they're saying, I thought your husband was a Christian. The way that he's talking about other women's private parts, I don't think he is, you know, because they would interpret what he was saying. And anyway, I don't know where to begin with the women because, okay, I, you know, found out that he was on dating sites and a friend that I had taken in when she needed a place to stay. I took in her mother, her kids, and I began to tell her about God and stuff like that. I met her through church. But in the end, she ended up confessing to me only because she told me she was going out with another Ghanaian. And that Ghanaian ended up being his best friend. We live in a small city, and the way that she was describing this guy that she was falling in love with sounded like his best friend. And she didn't know it was his best friend. And once I said, oh, that would have been Nana, because he actually met her down the road from our place and stuff like that. And once I said that it would have been Nana that got, because I said, he's married with kids, this guy that she'd been falling in love with. Okay, then she confessed that she had had a 6-month affair with my husband as well. So yes, she was sleeping with the two of them. And so she goes, okay, well, if you want evidence, I'll show you. So she showed me, like, she got him to meet her at a location, and I found them in the car together. He gets out and he's like, I had even prayed for my temper to be pretty cool. Okay, but with that, I lost my temper. And yeah, because he's getting out the car saying, no, it's not what it looks like. And I said, yeah, she's told me. She's told me what you've been up to. And anyway, he then bent down and asked her, and she said, yes, I've told her what's going on between us. Anyway, so that was that. I found out that he had been, like, the first time they met, they were flirting. Anyway, he kept on, like, begging me that I stuffed up. Another time, you got to realise he was, you know, a black man. My dad was a white South African, and he had opposed to the marriage from day dot. I was told, you know, he didn't talk to me for 4 years because of this guy, you know, because he doesn't believe in mixed relationships. So, yeah, it was very, very difficult. I'd lost all my family because of that. And so I sort of hung on to the marriage and hoping that it would work. And anyway, he had got me to draw a picture and said, oh, it was his boss that I was drawing a picture of. I found out that it wasn't his boss. I found out one weekend he said that he had to paint the workplace. I found out that no, there was no painting going on at his workplace. He went by a number of aliases, like names. And anyway, one day he was telling me, oh, I'm working two jobs. So I put Life 360 on because I thought he's just got home from work and he was going straight to the second job. And I thought, you know, you'd be tired, you know, and I really questioned the second job. And so I brought a phone, stuck it in the car, put Life 360 on, put it on silent, had it to my phone. Anyway, he was saying he was working in our city. But then I noticed he had drive down the range to go to another place. So I got my friend over to mind the kids, and I ended up tracking the phone and following him. Anyway, it came at this house. I knocked at the front door. I saw his car there, and I went round the side and I knocked on the side. The woman come out of the bedroom and said, who are you looking for? And I said, for Nana. And she goes, oh, there's no Nana here. And I said, I'm looking for the man that owns the vehicle out the front. And she goes, oh, you mean Papa? And I said, oh, that's not his name, she said, oh, so you're the ex-wife. And I pointed to my ring and I said, no, I'm the wife. And he came out and I grabbed him by the neck and he goes, you're hurting me. And and I said, he said he was going to call the police. And I said, well, call the police and I'll tell them what you've been up to. And then the woman come out and started to talk, and he tried to get inside with her. And I said, no, she's not going to want you after she knows, And so, anyway, he ended up taking off. And then he's like begging me for forgiveness. He got some of the elders to sort of say, oh, you got to keep forgiving him and stuff like that. Some of the Ghanaian mutual friends that we had got involved and said, like, you should try to sort it out. He's sorry. They did that a number of times. What's that?
Oh, no, I'm just telling the people to follow, all the new people. It's okay. You can continue.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I've divorced him, but I'll keep on going because there's more to say about the story. I had one time the police came because he, on the dating site, had been charged by the police for rape. And I found out about that little affair that he had, but the charges never came about, so we don't know whether it actually happened or not. And then the last straw for me was like going to work, meeting a complete stranger, and I've showed a picture of my son. She had just started work and she wanted to see a picture of my son. Now, with that picture, I had my husband in there. I saw her face dropped. So I said, do you know my husband? And she goes, yes, I've slept with him 4 times. He goes by the name of Curtis. And she showed me the phone number, and yes, it was my husband. So she rang my husband and said, oh, I met your wife today. Yeah, so I decided, right, I'm leaving. I ended up like moving and just me and the kids. And anyway, while I was moving the kids from school, I got a call from the school to say your ex is here. and he's picking up your son. My son was half Ghanaian that I had with him. He was 5 years of age. Okay. He's now 11. I've never heard from him or seen him. He left with his side chick. He broke my heart. And because I was working, I could not afford a lawyer. And I've never seen my son since. But just recently, because he turned all my family against me, because my dad was dying and I didn't want to let my father know that, because my father had, just started talking to me. He accepted the marriage and stuff like this before he died, and I didn't want him to know what I was going through. I knew that he didn't have long to live. But he ended up visiting my dad after I had divorced him and remarried. I'm remarried because once I had left him, he wanted me back. Whether he wanted me back to stay in my country or whatever, probably. No, it's not kidnapping in my country, it's not kidnapping. It's like if I took my son, I'm just explaining in the comments that it's not kidnapping because he's the father. Okay, in my country, the father has enough legal rights, just as if I took off, there's the same legal rights. Okay, there was no court orders. If there was court orders already in place, it would have been kidnapping, but no kidnapping. But anyway, I just want to let you know that he had found out, because he just recently tried to get my daughter, one of my daughters, had rang me and said, look, I need your birth certificate for a passport. And I'm like, you don't need a passport, you're an adult now. You don't need my birth certificate. And I thought, this is odd. Anyway, I just recently found out that two of my daughters are in contact with him and trying to get as much information so he can get that passport and probably take my son overseas. I don't know. Yeah. And I found out that he had a secret account, that he was known by this papa, because he just recently rang me, but by papa. Now, this was for my birthday. This guy was pretending to be someone else and saying that he wants to take, because he said, what did you get for your birthday? And I said, oh, nothing, I'm really not interested. And he's like, I want to take you overseas. I want you to travel. I'll put you on a holiday for your birthday, and I need your birth certificate. Okay? Now, he ended up ringing. I thought he's either a scammer wanting my passport, but anyway, he ended up ringing me and I recognized his voice and I said his name. As soon as I said his name, he hung up because I had caught him out. I knew who it was. It was my ex, okay? He's wanting those details. But yeah, when I looked on his Facebook, I realized all my girlfriends were on that fake thing. So my friends were in cahoots with him. He knew every plan I had because he had been messing around with my friends. Yeah. And I looked on there and he had up on his account, hose will be hose. And I'm like, yep, I know why he wrote that statement, don't we? That my friend's a hose and so is he. He's a hoe too. Yeah, no, they're not my friends, I know that. But now it's just like God's revealed, yes, these are the friends you cannot trust. These are the family you can't trust. So anyway, I got a bird for all my kids. I had 7 kids, and I've got 4 kids that have absolutely been turned by him. And I love these birds like my kids, and they give me that unconditional love that I give them. So I'm so pleased to have these. These are my little babies now. But yeah. Yeah. And I'm happy, you know. I'm happy. I've had very bad relationships. Like I could tell you stories. I'm 55 and I can tell you, like, I've had bad relationships. But I've kept myself for my husband that I will be. I've respect myself now. Yeah. And, you know, I will not let any man take my peace, take my happiness. You know, I've got more respect for myself. Yeah, I've got no cats. I've only got a doggy that loves birds. But yeah, because every time I've heard from the guys that I've been with, they're like, oh, we're different. And they're full of like words, but they never it never comes into fulfillment. And I had rushed into every relationship. Like I left a bad relationship before that one. The ex, my daughter's dad, okay, he went to jail twice for trying to rape and murder me. So this Ghanaian was on the rebound. He was awake when I couldn't sleep because I was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. But yeah, I've learnt, hey, I've kept myself for myself since 2021. And, you know, I will be a friend first. I will see if they respect me. And I would look at the fruits of the spirit before rushing into a relationship, and you have to watch what they say and do and see how they react. Do they react in anger when they easily, you know, when something frustrates them? Yeah, but I'm so much happy in myself. I'm going on a cruise with my girlfriend and her son, and well, not girlfriend. In my era, it wasn't. Yes, we're just friends. Okay, nothing. I'm straight, but yeah, yeah, we're gonna go and have a good time on this cruise. We're going to see. We've got front row tickets to see Boney M on their last Australian tour. You know, I'm doing things with my 16-year-old daughter, like I've taken her on a day trip, cruises. We go to the movies. You know, we go and do fun things now. We go to theme parks and everything. I've learnt to enjoy life because this stuff broke my heart. But, you know, taking my son just like it did, it affected my heart, and I became very, very sick. And I had to fight to live, you know. So I had to okay, start enjoying life and realize, hey, I've got to put this in the past, okay, and live for my future. And yeah, so what I do is whenever I feel down, I go and do something I really, really enjoy, you know? Start buying clothes, start looking after yourself. I started, I ended up, before, when I was with him, I was still breastfeeding and I was at home being a mum. And when I decided to leave him, I decided to get a good job, as what I would get, to be able to look after the kids. And I'm still doing that. So I'm looking after my daughter, giving her the best life. And I keep praying that soon I'm going to find my son. But yeah, I'm now me and my friend are going to go to church with some of the Ghanaians here and talk to his friend and see if any of them know where my son is. And we're praying to find my son. And I believe God can do it. God can do it because, I believe, like, every time I was in my marriage, I prayed for everything to come to the light. Anything that was done in darkness would be revealed by the light. And I keep on praying this now, and it's like everything's coming out. I'm finding out so much, about my friends, about my family. No wonder he knew my moves. He had people that he could talk to. So, yeah, I'm so happy. And yes, my son now, he was 5. I'm just answering the questions. He's 11 now. He's 11 years old. Yeah.
So the father just take the son, you said, took the son?
Yeah. Took the son, disappeared with one of his side chicks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It broke my heart, like, seriously. As you can imagine, your last born, my number 7. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I just encourage, like, I wish I knew what I know now. It took me like 55, years to finally work out, not to rush things, to really look before you leap in, to things. Look after yourself, have that relationship with God. Let him show you what someone is, because it's just like the church. People can say they're Christians and followers, doesn't it mean, just because they say so. You've got to see their fruits. You've got to see how they react in different circumstances, and that takes time. You'll get a facade for until you get to know the real character. Yeah. And I've been talking to someone for 2 years, and I've been watching him, and since he's changing, he wasn't a Christian when I first met him, but he became born again and he's starting to change. So I'm happy that he could be the one, But if he's not, I'm not going to settle for second best, because I respect myself too much. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys for your lovely comments. Yes, he's Ghanaian from West Africa. Yeah.
Wow.
God bless you, and yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sharing, Christine.
You're welcome.
And those lovely
You're
birds.
welcome. Yeah, they are. They're my baby ones. Oh, you're so lovely. Thank you.
All right, Christine. I wish you all the best. Honestly, it sounds like, you have the. I'm just gonna use lack of a better word. You have the ingredients that a lot of people on here who are experiencing grief and hurt and so on, they don't have it, naturally, and even so, they go to therapy, they go to counseling, and that's still not enough to get them to a place where you are at right now. So hearing that from you is, you're on you're figuring it out. You're on the right.
Yeah. And my friend that I'm going on the cruise, she had an experience with a guy that cheated, and he went back to his ex. He was cheating with his ex. And it was good. She said, look, just for me, it was like being able to share with her, like, she's not alone. I went through it. You'll see the other end, and like her sadness, I got her out. I got her to start enjoying herself, and she said, look, she's feeling beautiful in herself. She knows that I like to dress up and go out, and she goes, it's just like every day's a fairy tale with you, And I said, yeah, that's how I've made my life now, so I can enjoy it. And she gets dressed up, I get dressed out, we go for coffees, and she's enjoying life now instead of being down in the dumps. Yeah.
That's good.
So I just want to encourage anyone that's going through that, just make your life happy. Get out. Don't waste time on these men or women that treat you like rubbish, because you deserve better. We're all beautiful. Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You take care.
You're welcome. I will. God bless. Bye.
Wow, that's a beautiful experience. A beautiful how she dealt with it. Anyways, guys, yes, this is it. This is the moment. My brain almost stir fried. Gotta head out soon. I know, right? Anyways, I'm gonna be heading off right now. I appreciate everyone again who participated in my live stream, everyone who's been locked in for like the entire time. I have a lot of people who have been here since I start to the end. Thank you. If it's your first time watching me, it's your first time here, and you want to see this content another time, Take care. Yeah. And you guys want to see this content another time, hit the follow right now so that you can see me next time. But yeah, Ray 11. Good night. Good night. Oh, it's morning now. Just remember, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to. Oh, we're almost at 100, guys. We're almost at 100 new followers today. That would be awesome. We're so close. We're very close. We're at 93. 93. I wonder if we can get to 100. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are 94. All right, 94. Okay, okay, we're at 94, guys. Let's see if we can get to 95. 95, 95, 95. Anyways, it's okay. If you want to follow me, you're gonna miss out later. That's all good. Melita, I see you. Melita, Stars, everybody. I see you with the follow. Pamela, Coffee with the follow. Yeah, like was that tonight was better. I would say tonight was much better. Yeah. Anyways, guys, good night. Catch you in the next one. What about you guys? How are you? What's going on over here? What's going on over here? All right. Wow. And hard sentiment so much, but I have like 100 followers. What's going on over here? How are y'all doing? Like, show chat. I don't know. On this, somebody's like, this is a full-on love novel. Wow. Anyways, I don't know, over on this app, so many people just type nonsense, but I do have a few cool folks, which that's all that matters. So if it's your first time here, or you've been watching for a minute, I appreciate it, and I wish you all the best. You guys can remember to subscribe so that you can see me another time. Cool. Take care.